Oh, we got another one. We've got another one, folks. Holy cow, look at that. Hi y'all, good morning. We are running behind today. That sun is already coming up, so we got to get after it quick. But I've got the kayak here on the ground. I'm about to hop in and we're gonna go in this creek and try to net us some shad. We got to get some bait first thing. But once we do that, I'm gonna go out of this creek and make a run down river to the next riverbed. And we're gonna do some anchor fishing there today. Hopefully bust some blue cats. If we're lucky, maybe get us a flathead. The time of year is right, by gosh. So let's hop in. We got to get out of here, y'all. I'm late. Sun's coming up. I hope to be already anchored down and catfishing right now, and we still got to get bait. So let's go out here and throw the net, get that done. Let's go have some fun today, y'all. I've seen some flipping right in here on the way up. That's a terrible throw. We'll see if we get anything, but we just gonna make some random throws as we move along here. Normally, well, lately, yeah, there's something in there. Let's see what we got. Yeah, those are small right there. We'll see if we can do a little better than that. There's just some little tiny thread fins and a bluegill we got to throw back. Yeah, them just tiny little things. So let's make our way along here, folks. But I was trying to say, normally, well, lately, I've been bringing the live scope with me so I can kind of key in on the shad schools, but I didn't want to fool with it today. I was hoping to just make a few throws in places where I see them flipping and make quick work of it and get on out of here without having all the weight and the bulk of that dang live scope on the front. So let's move along here and see if we see any more shad flipping. All right, let's make another throw right in here. That was a better throw. We just needed a little warm up on that first toss. Let's see if this will get us any more success right here too. Maybe we'll have a little something in here. Well, we got more, but did we get anything of any size? Look at all that. We got several. Oh yeah, let's see, we got, oh, that one big one I just saw, that's a bass. We got to get rid of him. That one, though, is a little bit larger. We will definitely put him. I've got our, hold on a second here, y'all. I'll show you. I got our bait tank back here, so we'll take some of these larger shad and just, these right here ain't really big enough to fool with, but maybe we'll take a few of them here and just toss them in, keep them alive. We might put 3 or 4 of them on a hook or something. Let's make another throw. Another lousy throw right there. We got our rope hung in the net, it looked like, as we threw it out, but it opened, so let's see if we get anything. We either will or we won't. We'll always make another throw. We can throw till my shoulder gets tired. Then y'all can take over. Let's see. Yeah, more smalls. We may end up having a mostly small bait day. I got some shad yesterday in a different creek that we can use as cut bait, but only 2 of them had any size to them. Most of them are just this right here. These little 2-3 inch thread fins has been mostly what I've been finding lately. I don't know where all the big gizzards have gone, unless they're like way up in the creeks or rivers just spawning right now maybe. But lots and lots of these, so we can put 4 or 5 of them on a hook, make them in a little bit bigger profile. We'll use them certainly, but I would prefer to have some big gizzards if possible. So I'm just going to keep making our way along here, and when we see surface activity, either predator fish, busting shad, or just shad flipping, we'll make a throw in that area. And probably if we don't even see it, we'll just make some random throws as we come out through here. Right now we're 5 feet deep, and it gets a little bit deeper as we get out, but it really don't drop off till we hit the main channel. This is a fairly shallow creek regardless, but like right up there was a pretty big splash, so we'll definitely make a throw out there. Right now, you know, water temperatures are a lot warmer here than what they were when we put in back there, because we had a little chillier night and it cooled off the surface temperatures a little bit, and sometimes that'll pull the bait out a little bit further in the creek to the more stable water temperatures. So sometimes you'll find them a few feet deep in these early morning hours, but they'll just be stacked up. So anyway, we'll make a few more throws here, but I want to go get started. We're already way later getting started today than what I wanted to. Let's see what this one does for us. One of these throws we're going to load up. It's coming. Let's see. All right, we got a little bit bigger one then, not much. A few smalls, but one larger one here. Yeah, we'll throw him in our tank. There we go, that's some better ones. At least one anyway that I saw right there. No, a couple of them. All right. Progress, folks, progress. We'll take those, put them in the tank. Let's make a throw over here toward one of these docks. Just see if there's anything in front of it. Hopefully we don't snag a brush pile or something. It's a good way to lose a net, especially when you can't see where you're throwing. That's one thing the live scope helps with, is you don't throw into stumps and brush piles. Oh, there's a larger gizzard in there among the millions of threadfin. Yeah, we'll take that one too. All right, one final throw, and we got a skedaddle. Let that sink down right there by that dock. Looks like we're 6 feet deep right here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, more of the same. Well, if nothing else, we loaded up on plenty of thread fins. By gosh, we got plenty of them. Look at all that right there, y'all. We're making our way down this ledge, 23 feet. I'm seeing all kinds of bait, some bigger marks right here at the top of this bend. I was gonna go on down, kind of maybe center of the bend where this other creek comes through, but now I'm seeing all this up here at the top of it. I think we're just gonna go ahead and drop down right here, and we'll just sit here at the top of the bend. Let me get us tied off here with the anchor. I've got a little cleat here behind the kayak seat. I tie that rope off to. Now we'll get this out of the way, and me and you, we're gonna get started fishing. And I think from this point in the video, I'm just gonna leave the camera rolling. We'll edit part of the getting shad there, netting shad, just because there was downtime with me not talking there while we were in between throws. But now that we're into this portion of the trip, me and you, we just gonna get baited up, sit out here and have us a day. We'll talk about fishing, we'll talk about life, solve some of the world's problems, and hopefully reel in some monsters while we do it. So I'm gonna be using lighter tackle gear today, and I think what we're gonna do, I wanna get one of these live baits here. Get one of those, I can get hold of it there. Okay, there's one. Let's get rid of one of these live gizzards first. Stick him down there. You can go through the nose, through the mouth, out of nose, between the eyes. There's not really a right or wrong way to hook these things. Totally your call. I'm just going to do it like that and send him down there live. Although there is a lot of live bait down there from the looks of the graph, so I don't know if this is the smart move. We might want to put a little, we'll see how it goes. We'll give it a little while with him just live. We may end up putting a slit in him, cutting him. That way he'll still be alive, but maybe bleeding a little bit too. Now, I think what I want to do, we've got all these fresh, small thread fin here. Let's put a few of them on a hook and see what we can do. So, like I mentioned there yesterday, I went out, tried to get us some bait, that way we'd be ready to go today. And I got a million of these small thread fin like this, but only a couple larger gizzards. But one of the gizzards I got, man, it is a daggone, it's a whopper of a gizzard shad. And it is going to make a premium bait. So we're going to put it on at some point here soon. But I think since we got that large, or at least larger gizzard live on that one, I'd like to do, well, I didn't knock that one off the hook. Heck of a job there, Justin. I'm in a rush there, folks. I'll show you why here in just a second. We can watch it come up together. But here's this 3 thread fin there on the hook. That's a Carolina rig. We got a little 2-ounce egg sinker, 15-pound fluoro, a number 1 size hook, which I know seems like light. Well, it is light tackle for the size of the fish we're going after. But that's okay. We'll just have some fun with it, man. I've been having a lot of fun doing the light tackle catfishing. Let me get my hands dried off and I'll show you. Look over here behind us. That sun is peeking up over the trees. I had hoped to done be set up catfishing about an hour ago, folks. We drag assing today. And then when I wake up, I always got to play Wordle. And I'm on my last attempt and I still don't have the word. And I hope I don't forget to play today when I get home, because you automatically break your streak if you don't play. But nevertheless, you don't care about that. But we're going to watch that sun come up here. And we'll just sit here and wait on some fish to bite at the top of this bend. It looks like we got all this bait right here, and you can see we're on the edge of the ledge. So over here, the land, it comes off, and then out here in the middle of the river channel, it kind of flattens out. We're on the edge right there, right where it starts to come up, and there's all this bait. And about, I don't know if you can see that green sign down there. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. I can't zoom on these action cameras, but about halfway between where we're at and that green sign, there's another creek that comes in. Now the creek that comes in, it's pretty shallow. Like, it's much more shallow than the creek that we were getting bait in. And right now, with our water level still being down a little bit, it's even more shallow. But the way the river bend is right here, it gets a little deeper right there. Like this stretch of the river here, it's pretty shallow. You're looking at 20, 25 feet. But then you get down there about where that creek comes in, right in the middle of this bend, and it drops down to like 32, 35 feet. So you got a little bit more depth. And sometimes the catfish in this stretch, they'll pull back and kind of hang out in there. But you get this time period right now where you've got these early morning hours, they'll oftentimes be on the move, and they'll work into these creeks, they'll work up and down the ledge, and you can get them like when they're actively feeding and in transition, swimming along the way. So we'll just put in some time. We'll have our baits down there amongst all of this, and hopefully some catfish that are chasing and in and around that stuff will stumble upon our baits, and we'll catch us a few today. Good news is, you see in this video, we caught some. I ain't gonna subject you to a skunk video, especially one that's gonna be long, although apparently we're gonna be listening to Rover over here a little bit. Hopefully Rover's an indoor dog and he'll go back in a few minutes. We've definitely got his attention though, and I'm hoping we get some fish attention. I'd like to bust a monster today. I ain't been fishing the deeper depths much lately. I've been doing mostly the shallower areas along the river because that's where I've been having the best success for big fish. Now, some days lately, I've had some trips where, man, you only get like 1 or 2 blues, but they're big. And my mood depends on the day. Some days I want quality. Some days, I always want quality, but sometimes it'd be nice just to have a day where you get quality and quantity, but it oftentimes works out one or the other, where you'll get some few amount of big fish or a several of small fish. Lord, now they're down here in the water playing, them dang dogs. But nevertheless, lately my better quality fish have come in the shallows, so that's where I've been focusing my time. And that's where we're going to hit another stretch of the river today that's that's fairly shallow. I would have liked to have gone to an area further south today. And that's why I went out yesterday to try to get us some bait, because I thought if I can load up on bait yesterday, I'll make a farther drive this morning. But since I wasn't able to get us more than 2 big shad, I didn't want to drive a long ways with only these small thread fins. I can make them work. I've caught some big fish on thread fins, especially when you stack several of them on a hook like we've done over here on the left. But if I'm going to make a long drive somewhere, I would like to have either bigger baits or at least the option of them. And didn't have that coming out today, so I thought I'm going to fish an area fairly close to home. I'm about 20 minutes from the house. And I thought we would be able to get some shad in that creek. If nothing else, we would at least, our thread fins would be super fresh, which we've done here. I mean, we've got a pile of them here in the pedal drive area. I'll be picking them out of my pedals for days. They get wrapped up in the chain and the cords and stuff in there, and you'll find them dead and dried out in that damn pedal drive. But anyhow, we didn't get as many gizzards in this creek up here as what I'd hoped, but I also didn't want to spend much time with it. We could have took the live scope and maybe spent a little bit more time searching around, finding the better quality shad, but 2 things. One, I didn't want to waste time with that. I just wanted to make a few throws and get out here because we were running late. The other thing was the live scope. It takes up so much daggone room, and it's so heavy. I don't like having it on the kayak unless I'm actively using it. And I knew we were just going to catch bait for a few minutes and then come out here, and I didn't want to have to run back to the car to drop off the live scope. So I was like, we'll go old school. We'll just look for shad flipping on the surface or something chasing on. We'll throw in those areas, hope for the best, make a few throws, and get on out here. So that's what we've done. And I will say the live scope, it saves you a lot of time catching bait, and it saves you a lot of throws catching bait. And everybody talks about the cost of live scope, and it is an expensive toy. But cast nets ain't cheap either. And when you're throwing in the blind, at least when I used to do that regularly, I would go through a few cast nets a year, because you're going to throw over a stump or a brush pile, or I don't know, somebody's dumped something out in the water at random. Like, you're going to get snagged in those things, and to either rip your net to pieces or just something that you can't pull it up. You got to cut it. That happens a few times a year. Well, multiply that out by a few years, and you've just about spent enough in cast nets that you could buy you a dang live scope. And when you've got that live scope, of course, you can see in front of you. You can see exactly where you're throwing, so you know if there's a brush pile or stump or some other object there, and you just don't throw right there, right? So, well, these dang dogs over here, man, they in the water. I guess they're trying to swim out here to us. I think that one's taking a crap right there. We'll put that on camera. Just what you wanted to see when you're having your morning coffee, right? Dog taking a crap on the Kayak Catfish video. I hope they go back inside soon, though. We ain't been set up 5 minutes. I'm already sick of listening to them. But yeah, anyway, this kayak here, it's lighter weight, lower weight capacity. And so when you've got the light, and of course I've got my live scope, regular viewers have seen it, but I mean, it's on that portable box. But I mean, you've got the screen, what they call the black box with the Garmin, it's just the processing unit. You've got your battery, all the wiring, and then the box itself. I mean, it's a lot of weight that you're adding right on the front of the kayak there. So unless I'm using it, I don't want to fool with it. And I can usually get enough shad without it, just using common sense methods, looking for birds, looking for shad activity, that type of thing. But it does make life easier. I will say it is It is a tool for catching bait, and I'm not trying to sell you on the live scope by any stretch. But if the only hang up is the cost of it, I mean, just think about how much money you spend on nets. And maybe you don't go through as many. I would typically go through a few per year. And nets, depending on, I mean, if you get the cheap ones, you're looking $40 at Walmart or something. And I've used those. They work. They just don't last very long. They rip easier. They tear easier. If you get a better quality net, you're looking $100, $150 range. So if you figure, man, you could get you a used live scope set up for, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500 probably. If you spend $100 a piece on a net, it don't take too many years worth of nets to pay for your live scope. So if it's just a financial thing, hang up. Now, a lot of people don't want to use live scope because of the, I don't even know what you'd call it, a moral issue. They think it's cheating. They think it's, which I always think those people are idiots. Every time I see that, this is just a cheater box. You're spotlighting them. You just turn it on and catch big fish. That's lies, folks. I mean, if that was the case, I've had that live scope for a few years. That ain't how it's worked for me. I can use it to get bait for shad. It's a very helpful tool for catching crappie. But for catfish, I don't find it all that helpful. In the wintertime, I've had success with it when I find blues that are higher in the water column. And I've targeted some of them with artificials. I've got videos on my channel doing that. But outside of the winter months, and even in the winter months, like the most of the fish I've caught have been really small. I'm not catching monster fish with it. So I don't think somebody will eventually dial it in for catfish. And I've seen a video of one guy, I think he's down in Texas, and he's fishing like tall standing timber and finding fish that are suspended on that timber and targeting them with artificials and stuff. And I could see it being very useful in that, because if you've got a tree coming up off the bottom, 20, 30 feet off the bottom, yeah, some fish are going to suspend up higher on that. And it's going to be more easy to distinguish the fish from the cover or from the tree. But when fish are tight to bottom, they can be a lot more difficult to discern what's fish and what's bottom, especially when you're moving. And then the other thing is too, like if you're trying to like use a one pole technique like what they do with crappie, and you're just dropping a jig down right on the crappie's nose, right? If you try to do that with catfish and you're fishing 50, 60 feet deep, well, even if you see one near bottom, when you got to drop that bait down to them and let it fall, oh, we got thumped right there. Our line's swimming. It's about to go down. We're about to catch our first fish right here on them thread fin. That don't feel too bad either right there, folks. That don't feel too bad. That was a nice thump. I think it's going to be a blue, though. He's rolling. I thought it might be a flathead thump. Number one. We ain't been set up long. At least the dogs seem to have gone on. Yeah, blue cat. Small blue right here, folks. Loosen our drag a little bit too there. We're going to be in bad shape when a big one hits. Here, I'll tell you what, get your net over here. We brought it. We might as well use the dang thing. Even though he ain't really net worthy. I thought he was a little bigger than he was. The way he thumped it, I hope the camera angle showed the thump. Like I wasn't looking that way, but I felt it. There's the dogs back. Them dogs need to go back in the house. They need to be guard dogs from the inside. Okay. Blue kitty. I'm appreciative of you being fish number one, but you ain't front camera worthy, sir, so we're just gonna hold you in the light like that, and we're gonna get you on out of here. He's upset. He's flopping around. He wanted that front camera time, and I didn't give it to him. So he was gonna pitch a fit and act out like these dogs over here. They're not getting the attention they want, so they're gonna sit there and bark. Oh, our gizzard, something's after him. Something's after him, something's got him. Oh boy, what is this? Boy, something's spinning us in a circle right here. Something just gobbled that live gizzard. Is that a striper? It's a striper. We got a striper right here, folks. I feel the head shakes and the hard pull like that. I'm confident this is a striper. Live gizzard. Yeah, I'm just feeling big head shakes. Boy, I love it when they make that run. Is that not exciting? That is why I'm so into this light tackle. We're looking right into the sun here too. Let's see if we can get him to take us back this way where we can actually get a look at him. We get him up here. In fact, I may stand up. Get an overhead angle when we get him up. I hope he don't get in that anchor rope as we get him closer. He done a good job running out initially. Boy, I want to get into the bait back down. One of y'all bait this other rod over here. We got fish working through. Y'all tell Rover they're ruining the video. They don't even care. Yeah, striper, nice one too. Nice striper. Look at that, folks. Live gizzard goes down. I ain't caught many stripers in a while, but I also ain't fished this section of the river much in a long time either. And I used to get some stripers in this stretch. Okay, nice striper right there, y'all. Can I give you a fist pump, by gosh? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at this, folks. Where's he? Oh, there's he. Lord, he's run the hook through. Now we've hooked the net here too, folks. We got to get more baits down there, man. Let's deal with this striper here. Nice. Let me get my front camera mount set up. Let me set y'all up here. Won't y'all take a picture of me and this fish, would you? We got the sun behind us too, don't we? I'll tell you what. Watch this. I'm gonna keep us on anchor. I'm gonna use my little electric motor here to face us into the sun so I can get a picture of this thing. Tell them dogs to hush over there too. I've had it with them dogs. Hold on, I gotta do a little bit more. And we gotta get some more baits down there, man. I saw that bait when we were coming down through here. I was like, we're gonna go ahead and stop. Just anchor down right here where the bait is. That camera's crooked. Fix the camera, y'all. There you go. Now it's crooked the other way. We're in bad shape. I'm excited. I don't get big stripers often, but boy, I always appreciate it when I do. All right, man, that was fun, especially on the lighter gear. All right, striper, here you go. Down he goes. Kind of torpedo him down. Sometimes the stripers, especially if you played them out a little bit, will have a harder time going back down. But if you'll torpedo them and get them down a little bit, they'll oftentimes go down and stay down. Okay, let's get our net, or hook out of the net again and get rid of the net. We're gonna put on another live bait and we'll put on some more cut bait. That was awesome, y'all. awesome, man. Old live gizzard. Got this one in our hand here. We'll just run this one through the nose, the eyes. Again, it don't matter. You just want to hook the thing, that's all. There he is, folks. Next one going down. Oh, live gizzy. Fresh as can be. Just caught a few minutes ago. Boy, I'd like to have been set up down here right at first light, man. We've really screwed the pooch today, running so late getting out here. Damn Wordle being so hard. It shouldn't have been that hard. I'm just either that or I'm just dumb to day one. I don't know. I've made a dumb decision setting up by these dogs over here, that's for sure. Let's try to find some more of these. Well, most of these dang thread fins here are small, but we're going to make them work. We'll just put several of them on a hook, and I am going to get our other gizzards there that I kept yesterday. That one, I mean, you'll see it here when I pull it out. It's huge. We'll probably get maybe 3-4 baits off of it. Oh, there goes our gizzard. Here, folks. Here. Oh, no, he come off. Here, let's get this one dropped back down. Well, if y'all's a fishing partner worth a damn, you'd do two things. You'd go over and shoo them dogs off, and then you'd help me get these lines rebaited and drop back down, because we got fish here we're missing out on because we can't keep a line in right now. Something eat him. He got tore up right there. Is he dead? Something done gone and killed him. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's throw him down here. He'll be cut bait in a little while. Let's get another live one. There he is. Okay. Live gizzard. There you go, Gizzy. Listen, you do a better job than your friend did, okay? Make us proud down there, buddy. Make us proud. I want to catch another striper, man. How awesome would that be if we got another one? Them stripers are schooling fish, so if one's here, there's probably more here. I just don't catch a lot of them, at least accidentally anyway, because normally I'm using cut bait. And I do catch some stripers on cut bait. But when I do, it's usually, let me close my bait tank lid here too while I'm at it. We don't want to have the few baits that we have alive jump out on us. But usually when I catch stripers on cut bait, it's been when I'm bottom fishing, like when I've got baits cast out on bottom. Suspending pieces of cut bait, I've caught a few stripers doing it, but not as frequently as bottom fishing. Same way with dragging. Like I've caught some big stripers dragging pieces of cut bait while fishing for catfish, but it's more of a lucky catch when I get a striper in that situation. Like I wouldn't, if you told me I had to go out and target stripers specifically using that technique, it's probably not going to work out for me. But this stretch of the river, historically, and this time of year in the spring, I have caught some stripers. I just don't fish here very much. This stretch used to be, you go back in time, 7-8 years ago. I mean, I've got several videos on my channel from back then. Used to be very productive. In recent years, not so much. For numbers or size. You might have a decent day, but it's hard to go out. Used to, you could set your watch, man. You could set a clock by when fish were going to be here. And I don't really know what changed, but it just kind of changed. And so I got away from it. But this is convenient. I mean, it is about 20 minutes from the house, and a day where I don't have, I didn't come out here with a lot of bait and needed to get some bait. It's just convenient to launch in a creek, throw the net, hopefully get something, and then be out and ready to fish. So, yeah, I see that gizzard down there. You can see my, my rod tip wiggling a little bit and him swimming around. He got the attention of that old striper. That was fun. The light tackle gear. Oh, and by the way, this rod here on the right, this is the newest iteration of the Catfish Sumo light action catfish rod we've been working on. And boy, I tell you, it handled that striper well. I'm pleased with that, but we'll see. I need to catch some more fish with it. I ain't hardly done worth of crap since I got it. The one on the left over here was the one I've been using, but this one I just got the other day. And we need to catch a bunch of fish with it and just put it through the paces, see how it does, not only with big fish like that striper, but I want to see how it does with smaller ones too, because I want those to be enjoyable. Once we get the final, the finished product, it's going to be a rod that's going to be, I mean, it's going to be way lighter than your typical catfish rod, like my Golly Whopper, my signature series rod. It's going to be way lighter than that. But it still needs to have some backbone. So when you do catch a striper or a huge trophy cat, you want to be able to land it, like you want to be able to get it in. So we got some work to do still. It's not a, unfortunately, it's not a just snap your fingers and make her, I mean, we could do that. But I mean, when it's done, I want it to be right. I want it to be exactly everything dialed in, just like we did with the Golly Whopper rod. You know, I knew what I wanted when we first made it, but it took a while to get it right, and I want it to be right. So this is the latest iteration of it, and we'll put it through the paces, man. I'm gonna have to end up marking them. It was easy to tell at first because I've been using the one on the left a little more, so the handle's dirty, right? Me having fish slime and blood on my hands and whatnot from the bait, it's got the handle a little dirty. This one was, meanwhile, just fresh, brand new, clean. But as this one gets dirty, it's gonna be hard to tell them apart, so I'm gonna have to mark them somehow. I told Daniel, I'm like, couldn't you have done them? And I mean, these are just samples. These are not going to be the finished product as far as colors goes. They're going to be different colors. They're going to look different. But for the samples here, I told Daniel, like, couldn't we have just maybe done a different color on the samples just so I can tell them apart, just to help me out, you know? It's all about me, you know. That's how it's supposed to be. My mood brightened, though, folks, after that striper. Like, my mood, I was kind of perturbed a little bit at myself for not getting out here when I needed to be. And that may ultimately end up costing us some fish. You know, who knows? We're never going to know what would have happened had we been out here and set up an hour ago right at first light. We'll just, one of the things we'll never know. Can't go back in time. But it does improve my mood greatly that we busted a big fish a few minutes into the trip. And yeah, I'm hoping I'm gonna fish till about lunch today. That's my plan. So we'll see what happens in the meantime. Hopefully get some more between now and then. But oftentimes, man, you get this feeding window at dawn, especially in the spring months, especially, I've noticed that. Like, there'll be like an activity window where just fish are real active right at first light. Look at that right there. Did you see that shell? It's moving. I think it's got a little something in there. Look at this. Let me hold the camera down here on it. Oh, now it ain't gonna do it. I swear that thing was moving. Or I'm high on LSD or something here. I don't know. That rod's moving too. Something tapped our thread fin. Let's put the camera back in the chest because it's, oh, he let it go. He's back on it. Rover's excited about it over there. Has he got it now? Yeah, he does. Let's reel in another one. It's gonna be a blue. He's down there just a rolling every which way. He's gonna fail in comparison to size to his striper friend we got a little while ago. But it's another bite. Yeah, this one here, he's about the same size as that first blue we caught. Come over here, kitty. Come over here right now. Bring him on in. The dog's over there cheering us on. They're gonna ruin the whole video. If they don't go inside soon, they're literally gonna ruin this whole video. People are clicking off in droves because they don't want to hear the dogs barking. I got the fancy pants microphone on. I'm hoping it's helping drown them out a little bit, but like, even this catfish, even he's tired of listening to them. And he's underwater down there. He's another one not getting no front camera time. But, another bite. I think now, I gotta work that big gizzard in, man. Well, I'll tell you what, before we do that, let's take this gizzard. The one that got killed, the live one here. Let's just put on a head bait. We'll just go ahead and work him in since he's the freshest. He's the freshest cut bait we'll have because he just recently got offed by something down there. I don't know. We don't know what had hold of him. Could have been a striper, could have been a cat. Maybe a random fish of some kind, who knows? You just never know what you're gonna catch when you throw a live bait down there. Striper and catfish, obviously the most likely to catch, especially being out this deep, but could be a largemouth, could be a smallmouth. I've caught largemouth and smallmouth while catfishing with live bait, so you just don't know. Could be I wouldn't expect gar necessarily to be that deep, but certainly if you're shallower water, gar would be likely. I wish one of you take Rover a treat over here. Get him a piece of hot dog or something out of your fridge and appease him. You'd think the people up there in the house would be tired of listening to him, would holler at him to come in. Unless they purposely send him out because they don't like people fishing right in front of their house. That's possible too. This area of the river here, it's like everything else that's growing up. Used to, all this land over here was just farmland and woods, and now it's subdivisions popping up, and there's this houses on top of houses anymore. Everywhere you go, I tell people all the time, Tennessee, we're full. Go home, we're full. They keep coming. They keep finding new places to shove apartment buildings and houses and subdivisions and stacking them in here. I gotta get my glasses, folks. Bear with me a second here, would you? That sun has reached the point in the sky, and when we got spun around to get a picture with that striper, the kayak has just kind of sat here. The current, if we had any, would be coming this way and flowing this direction. So in theory, if we had current, the kayak would be facing away from the sun. But we don't have any current flow this morning, and probably not going to have any the whole time we're out here. We've not had a lot of rain so far in my area, and so it's delayed. Like, we should be at full pool right now in the reservoir here, and we're not because we had enough rain for them to raise it all the way up yet. And because of that too, not only are we not full like normal pool, but we are not getting any flow, especially in the morning hours. So you can't really depend on getting your scent pushed downriver and allowing fish to find it and work to it. You got to put your baits where the fish are going to be working through, which is how I always fish anyway. You know, I never just go out and drop anchor randomly. I will occasionally drift randomly. Sometimes I'll just go out and drift down the middle of the river if things aren't working out, working on a ledge. But I don't like just going out anchoring down in a random location. Like I'm going to be, like, well, kind of like we are here today. Like we're at the top of a river bend. We're on the edge of the ledge. Something over here. Our cut bait goes down. There goes that shad head. We were in the right place for this one, working along. It's another blue. Oh, he come off. I felt him rolling around down there. He got up here a little close. I'll tell you what happened. He heard that dog barking and got scared. Cats are always scared of dogs, even catfish. And that dog scared him off and he let go. It wasn't my fault we lost that fish, it was the dog. If nothing else, at least where the dog is positioned, maybe he's behind the microphone and won't be as annoying to you all as he is to me. We done lost most of the audience anyway, probably. It's always something when you're filming, man. I'll tell you an incident this past weekend too. So I had another filming problem when I got on the water, and I ended up just quitting. I left. I went home because of it. I got so pissed off. But I went up to Ohio. I was fishing a tournament up there on Hoover Reservoir. And when I'm filming a tournament video, I'm kind of rigid in how I do things. My tournament videos have historically done way better on average than my normal regular trips, right? And so I try to film, because those videos are more popular, I try to do them in kind of in the same format because that format works. And so what I do, most of you that watch regularly have seen my tournament videos, but if you're new to my channel, I just kind of quickly run down. Like I'll get on the water on tournament day and I'll do a brief intro where I explain the rules of the tournament, where we're at, my plan for the day. I'll show you my baits, I'll show you my rigs, and then we start the tournament. And that kind of sets the stage for what we're doing, and it helps tell the story of the tournament day, right? Like everything just kind of flows. Everything's chronological from the start of the tournament, what's going on, the plan, and then from there, we can do updates, right? Like we'll show the fish obviously being reeled in, but then if the original plan's not working out, I can walk you through the changes we're making, any adaptations we need to do throughout the day, show you the leaderboard because the leaderboards are live, and it just kind of helps flow. Everything flows with, at least for me anyway, and it seems to be well for the audience too because those videos get a high view time and a lot of views. So I get out there on tournament day, and immediately I've got a drone in my face because the tournament organization has hired a person to fly a drone around and get video footage for them. And so immediately, as soon as the tournament starts, I'm ready to do my intro, but I've got a drone just going zzz right here, eye level with me. And I'm like, well, crap, you know, I can't focus on talking to a camera while I got this damn drone just doing circles around me. And the tournament started, I'm wasting time, like I'm just sitting here twiddling thumbs. So I'm like, fine, you know, I'm just gonna disrupt my day. I'm gonna go ahead and get baits in. When the drone leaves, then I'll do my intro and I'll just wait to show my baits and rigs and stuff whenever we catch the first fish. Like, I'm gonna change how I do things for this damn drone, because the camera person for the tournament is so focused on getting his content that everybody else be damned, you know? Like, if he had come to me early on and been like, you know, here's the content I want to get, here's what I need to do, and then I could told him, like, well, here's how I do things in my video, we could have collaborated, you know, and that way we both get what we need and we don't get in each other's way. But instead, he had this damn drone on me first thing, so I go ahead, I get my lines in, I start fishing, and he's done flown off, of course, while I'm doing that. And now I'm set up, now I'm ready to do my intro again, and I'll be damned, here he comes again. And this time he's even closer, and all you hear is just bzzz as this damn drone flies around you. And so now I'm pissed, because now he's disrupted me twice in the first 10, 15 minutes of the tournament. And meanwhile, there's 20-something people in this tournament. It's like, go the hell on. Go follow somebody else for a little while. You're not going to keep this drone on me all day. And so I flipped the damn camera off. I'm trying to give the cameraman a hint by flipping him off. Like, he's doing a panorama of me all the way around, and I'm just flipping him off the whole way. You know, like trying to send him a message like, go on. You've done filmed me once a few minutes ago. Move on. And so anyway, he finally does. I finally knock out the damn intro, right? And I'm pissed at this point. I'm already like a poker player on tilt. That's the analogy I use. I'm already, my day has already been, because I have a way that I like to do things with those videos, I'm already thrown off, you know, so I'm pissed about that. And so I make my way along, and throughout the day, what is that? Oh, another dog. I thought it was somebody else down there. So I'm making my way along, and I'm texting my friend Brandon. Oh no, I gotta get a swig, y'all. Pollen hung in my throat. So I'm texting Brandon throughout the morning. He's got the Fins and Talons YouTube channel, and he was fishing the tournament. And at that point in time, Brandon started out with a bang, man. He was on fish right away, and last I looked at the leaderboard, he was in like third place. And so I'm texting him. I'm like, how many times have you seen this damn drone? Because I had seen it several times at that point in the morning. And he's like, I ain't seen it at all. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. They're out here filming the tournament. You're catching fish. Why aren't they filming you? Because, I mean, we're on Hoover Reservoir, folks. Okay, this is, for those of you not familiar, it is a small lake or small reservoir there in Westerville. It's near Columbus there in Ohio. This reservoir, it ain't like it's a big lake or big river. You can literally kayak from one end to the other. This is a small body of water, okay? You fly that drone up in the air, you can see where everybody is at. And they have our GPS tags, because the tournament, when you submit a fish, you take a picture on a measuring board. It's got a tournament identifier. Your picture has a date, time, and GPS stamp, and then that goes to a live leaderboard. So they have access to our GPS tags. They could easily see where Brandon's at and fly that drone to him. But meanwhile, I've seen it several times. He's not seen it at all. So now I'm more pissed about that too, because this thing is just, it's not only is it obnoxious, but it's not fairly delivering the obnoxiousness to everyone. You know what I mean? Like some of us are seeing it more than others. So, we're gonna see a fish here is what we're gonna see. Oh hell, Rover's done seen it too. Oh no, that's a tiny one. He jumped plumb out of the water. If we wasn't setting on, look at all this. See all that bait? If we wasn't setting on all that, I'd move us to get us away from Rover. But I hate to do that because I don't want to move us away from the fish. But Rover ain't going to hush over there. And apparently his owners don't mind listening to him because they're not going to call him in the house. What about you, fish? Are you tired of hearing Rover too? You got hooked good, buddy. It's right behind the jawbone. Let's see if we can get this out of you without bending that hook. These small light wire hooks are more prone to bend. Now, I've ruined that hook. I've ruined it right there, folks. I was afraid of that. It's the way he's hooked, it's hard to get that thing out. You got hooked in a terrible way, fish. And you threw our shad head off. I wonder if I can just cut this hook with the... Yeah, that's the easy way to do it right there. Let's pull it out the other way. All right, well, thanks for that, fish. Let's get us another leader out now. You done gone and done it, fish. You done ruined our rig right there. Fortunately, I keep them pre-tied. Let me get my purse. That's what I call my camera bag here. Got some rigs tied up. These extra hooks and a few extra rigs too. And it really saves time when you have to break off, or in that case, bend a hook. And unfortunately, when you're doing light tackle, like that's going to happen. When I'm using my heavy gear, I rarely ever break off. In fact, I'll oftentimes run the same rigs for way too long, honestly. Way too long. I should change my rigs and retie more often than I do, even on the heavy gear, but I'm lazy about it. But with these, you got to be a little bit more proactive, because if you don't, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna either hook that big fish and have abrasion on your line and snap it, or maybe have a bent hook point or something like that and not know it. So, all right, well, just like that, we're back in the game. Let's put on the rest of that gizzard that we cut right here. He won't be a huge bait, but it'll be... Let me go ahead and trim that fin off too. Trim that and get the tail. We'll send that down a few minutes. We may switch that out. I want to get that bigger gizzard. You know what? Actually, I want to do that instead. I want to bust out that big gizzard shad. I didn't even put these in a cooler. I got home yesterday. I wrapped them up in a bag and stuck them in the fridge. Don't tell my wife. I don't think she realized I had a bag full of shad in the refrigerator. She would have been upset with me if she known such a thing had taken place. Let me show you the shad, though. Let me find it in here. That ain't him. We're going to use that one, too. Where's the big one at? There it is. I want you to look at this thing. Check out that shad right there, buddy. That's a whopper of a shad. I wish I could get them like that all the time. I'll tell you what I want to do, too. Will you all bear with me a second? That's a 14-inch shad, by the way. I mean, I measured it yesterday. I was so impressed with it. I just don't catch them that big very often. It's mostly like dollar bill size gizzards when I get them. Occasionally I get some a little bigger than that, but like I never get them that size. Here's what I want to do, though. Because that is such a premium bait, I want to get that as my thumbnail. Will you all bear with me while I do that a second, and then we're going to cut him up. I got to get us into the sun here. Okay. There we go. Let me hold that up. Yeah, I got to get my glasses on. I hate to use the glasses or wear glasses in a thumbnail. Supposedly the experts say that's bad. Let me get that. Flare his tail out the other way too. Tell this dead fish to cooperate. There we go. Okay, now we're in business, folks. Thanks for bearing with me on that as I get my picture there. The things you got to do to run a daggone channel around here, right? Let's put this big head bait on, man. This is a premium bait. We catch something on this, we are probably going to have us a dang good fish. And it's so big, it's going to be putting out a little bit more scent down there as well. And then we're going to get back to telling you the story of where I lost my mind this weekend. I'm just going to hook it like this through the back. Since I've got such a small hook, we'll hook it through the back like that. Top of the meat there. All right, down it goes. We'll see what that does for us. I should probably put that other shad, the rest of it anyway, back in the bag. That way it won't dry out here on the deck of the kayak as the sun gets up a little more. Y'all, please tell Rover to go in. I mean, there may be bait all the way down the ledge, but I mean, we're just sitting right on top of it. There's a bigger mark right there too. I hate to move us. And we're catching fish right here too. But my gosh, Rover just won't shut up over there. Rover's gonna have me on tilt too before the day's over. So anyway, back to the story of the drone operator. So he disrupted my intro twice. He's flown around me a couple more times throughout the morning. And it's not like, here's the thing, it's not like he's around me for a long period of time. It's like he's not just hovering nonstop around me. Like he'll come, fly around for a little while, and then go on. But the timing of when he showed up was just terrible. I mean, it interrupted me trying to get my intro twice. Like just bad timing, right? That's the part that really pissed me off. And that's where he should have had some courtesy to come and be like, look, I'm going to film you today and try to collaborate and make sure it wasn't at an inappropriate time. That way we can both get what we need. But anyway, I've messaged Brandon. He ain't seen it at all. I've seen it numerous times. A little bit more time passes, and I got to pee. We're at that point in the morning, like, I've got to pee. And I'm sitting here in the kayak like I am now, and I'm about to stand up. Like nature has called. I'm about to answer. I'm about to come out of my seat to pee, and I hear zzz. I look up, this damn drone, 30 foot right over the top of my head, looking down. I can't even stand up to take a piss, y'all, because this damn drone. And at that point, I was already so mad, I just lost my mind. I reeled up my lines and I went straight back to the ramp because I was going to shove that drone up his ass. I had it with him at that point. Like I can't even, it's messing up my video, which the whole purpose of me going to that tournament was to get a video. Like I hope to do good in the tournament. I hope to, I want to. I'm certainly going to try to do as well as I can and hopefully cash a check in the tournament. But that's always secondary to getting the video. Like that's icing on the cake. My actual cake is getting the video. As long as I get video content, then I'm at least going to have a chance at breaking even on the trip, right? And so he's already him throwing me off on my video has already got me pissed, and now I can't even take a leak out there on the water. Something's getting after our live shad over here. He's getting a little lively. He was swimming around a little bit more. At least we know he's still alive. But anyway, I'm pissed, right? So like I'm going back to launch, and he was out there first thing when we were launching that morning, filming, right? And so I'm expecting to see him on the dock, and I'm gonna get that damn drone. I should have casted at it. It's what I should have done. It was close to me enough times. I should have just took another rod and made a cast at it and try to take it down. That would have fixed it for everybody. Because it turns out I wasn't the only person that was pissed off at this guy for buzzing that drone around to everybody. Anyway, I get back to the dock. He's not there. And probably for the best that he wasn't. And I'm like, well, hell, I got to get out anyway because I got to pee. I obviously can't pee on the water without getting filmed. And at that point, I was so pissed off. I wasn't doing any good in the tournament either. Like, I mean, I was stinking it up. We're 4 hours in. I hadn't caught a single fish at that point. I was like, you know what? I'm pissed off. My video's already messed up. I'm not having any fun. If I see cameraman, I'm going to beat his ass and get myself thrown in jail today. I might as well just go home. So I left. I packed my stuff. I left, drove back to Tennessee. I was back home before the tournament ever ended. So total wasted trip for me. Just a total bust of a trip. Didn't get a video. Didn't catch any. I mean, I drove 6 hours. It took me about 6 hours going up there because I hit some traffic on the way. And then 5 hours coming back. So over 11 hours of driving time to ultimately fish 4 hours and be pissed off the whole time. Like, damn cameraman just ruined. And it shouldn't have pissed me off as bad as it did. Like, I'll be the first to admit, like, it should not have made me that mad. Just the lack of, that kind of thing, it's a pet peeve of mine. The lack of courtesy, the lack of respect. Like, he knew I was out there trying to film a video, but he was going to get his video content no matter what, even if it meant messing up mine. Like, that kind of lack of courtesy, that just flies all over me. That's a pet peeve. That's a me problem. And look, I get it. It's public water. I'm in a public place. And when you're out in public, people can film you. They can do it. If they want to fly a drone 10 feet from your face, they can do it. They want to pull out their cell phone and film you, they can. You see confrontations online all the time with like athletes and celebrities and stuff. They'll be out and some paparazzi TMZ person will have a camera in their face, walking from the airport to their taxi cab or whatever, you know. Like, that happens, and you're in public, and they can do whatever they want. So this guy, he had every right to fly that drone. He could have kept it on me all day if he wanted to. But it's just a lack of courtesy. And it just pisses me off. And it makes me want to kick his teeth down his throat. So it's just, and when you go to a tournament, I mean, you want to have fun. Like, it's supposed to be a fun experience. And I wasn't having fun. I wasn't enjoying it. And on top of that, I wasn't getting content. So it was a double whammy. Not only was I not having fun, but I wasn't getting content either. And it turns out I wasn't the only person that was pissed off at this cameraman, because even the people that was fishing the tournament that wasn't filming, like, he was getting too close to them apparently and pissing them off. So, and I don't even know, like, the tournament had that guy out there. They hired him to get content. But I'm like, what the hell are you going to do with all of that drone footage? Like, I get it for B-roll. Like, maybe you fly it up in the morning first thing, you get people launching there from the ramp, everybody taking off. You maybe you have a radio on a few people, like a walkie-talkie, and be like, hey, I've got a guy over here 100 yards away from me. He's on a fish right now. Fly the drone over and get some action shots of him reeling in a fish. maybe you fly it around the guys that are in the lead or something, maybe do a panoramic of them once throughout the day. But to just keep buzzing around people all day long, it don't make sense. Like, you're not going to make a whole video out of drone footage. It was just stupid. And anyway, the tournament director, though, the next day, he apologized. And I don't blame the tournament director. Like, it's not his fault. They're just, I mean, the tournament director's trying to do the best job possible to get as much exposure for this tournament. He's put a lot of money in out of his own pocket, and the prize money, he's put a lot of money in, like marketing it, social media ads and stuff to try to bring awareness to the trail. And he's obviously hired this drone flyer guy to get some extra content and stuff to, get promotional stuff, and I guess whatever video they're going to do with it. So, I mean, the tournament director's trying, and it's not his fault. He wasn't there flying the drone. But the drone operator just happened to be an idiot. And when I'm giving it the finger, and like, I flipped the thing off, like I flipped it off there, when he came back on me the second time and disrupted me from getting my video intro, he's flying around and I'm literally giving it the bird, the full panorama as it goes around me to try to get him the message to go on. And that apparently didn't work because he kept coming back. But then when he interrupted me, when I couldn't even stand up to pee, I give him the bird again. And I would have given him a lot more if he'd been back there at the ramp when I got back, because, I mean, I was so mad at that point. But lesson learned, and the tournament director, he said he had a talk with him. The kid's apparently, he's a college kid, apparently don't know what he's doing, he's new. And so the tournament director assured me going forward, it's not going to be a problem. The kid's not going to pester people out there. I say he's a kid. I mean, hell, he's a grown-ass adult. He's in college, but he should know better. But apparently he's going to know now, one, don't get so close to people. Don't pester people all day. And if somebody gives you an indication they don't want to be filmed, go on. I would have thought me flipping it off would have been indication enough, but some people don't learn as quickly as others. So that was my tournament day, y'all. What a waste, man. Just a total bust of a trip. So, yeah. I'm going to let them get to... at first I thought, boy, I flipped that camera off, I'll probably get kicked out of the trail, but that didn't happen, thankfully. But I probably won't fish any more of those tournaments this year. I'll probably let them just get their process worked out with how they're going to film and stuff, and get the kinks worked out. Because, I've got to film on these trips. Like, I can't, if I'm going to spend hundreds of dollars, like this one trip, just a one-day trip, I had, I don't know, $100 and something in gas up there and back, $100 and something for the hotel, $100 entry fee, Ohio fishing license. Like, there's a lot of expense that goes into these trips. And I want, number one, I want to get content. If I get content, then I can at least, it's a tax write-off at that point. It's a business expense, if nothing else. And if the video does well, I break even or turn a profit. And then if I do good in the tournament, well, great, that's just a bonus on top. But the other big thing is, like, if I'm going to spend that kind of money to go do something, I want to make sure I'm having fun. I want it to be a fun, memorable, enjoyable trip. Because, the money I spent going up there, I could have done a whole lot more stuff with that would have been way more enjoyable than the day I had. So I'm going to pump the brakes on going any more this year. Let them get the process worked out. This is like the first one they were filming. Our Shad head. But something hit it over there. But I'll let them get the kinks worked out, get their process dialed in. I'll try it again next year, and hopefully it'll be a better experience for everybody. But again, I just want to reiterate, this guy, he wasn't in the wrong. He was, but he wasn't. Like, legally, what he's doing's fine. He can buzz that drone around your head all day on the water because that's his right to do so. But is it the right thing to do? Is it the good thing to do for the tournament? I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with that video footage. Maybe it'll be a big success for them. But I know based on the results of my tournament video, I mean, my worst performing tournament video, what, 40, 50,000 views? And I've got a lot of my tournament videos that have gotten hundreds of thousands of views. So had I had a good day filming up there, had I been allowed to film without a drone in my face nonstop, that would have got them a lot of exposure through my channel. A lot more people would have known about that tournament and the trail through that video, but they just shot themselves in the foot. And all it would have taken was a conversation there at the launch. First thing, be like, hey, Justin, I'm going to be doing a lot of filming today. I'm going to focus on you at certain times. Is there any time period that would work better for you? And then we could have had a conversation, and I could have been like, look, give me 10 minutes to start the day. Let me get my intro and lines in and all that. And then I would have gladly worked with him to get whatever kind of shots he needed through the day. But once he pissed me off first thing, well, at that point, there's no more collaboration. That's over. Any hope for that's gone, because now you've interrupted me, so I'm going to interrupt you. I'm spiteful like that. So anyway, terrible trip, terrible experience. And yeah, won't be doing any more of that this year. We'll let the kinks get worked out on that trail. I may fish another tournament coming up on the national trail if there's going to be enough people to make it worthwhile. We'll see. I don't know if anybody's going to show up. If nobody's going to be there, I'm not going to go, but I may go to it. But otherwise, that'll probably be my last tournament of the year, because the other Ohio tournaments on the national trail are in conjunction with this tournament trail that's going to have the drone. So, like, that's just, even if you don't sign up for the trail that has the drone, it's still going to be out there in the same area filming everybody. So, you know, you can't get away from it. And the other national events, one of them's in Texas. I'm not going to drive there for that. And the one in Louisiana, which I would be interested in, it falls on the time period where I'm going to be going to Florida. So I can't go to it. So I've really got one more opportunity for a tournament this year, and on the Nickajack tournament. But I don't know if anybody's going to show up. From what I've heard, none of the Ohio people are coming down for it. And I don't know about the other fellas that travel from out of state, but there's not that many of them. So, I mean, what are you talking? Maybe 5 people, 7 people? If the weather's lousy or there's a big bass tournament going on that weekend, I ain't going to get out there and fight that for a tournament with 5 people in it. So we'll see. Well, hopefully it'll work out. But there may not be much tournament footage for me this year. just how the cookie crumbled this year. And it's unfortunate, because those videos seem to be popular with you all. A lot of people like them, and they do well for me, and gives me a chance to go fish some new waters that I don't oftentimes fish. So, I mean, the tournaments are a good thing overall, but I got to be able to film. I have to be able to film. I'll tell you something else that happened too while I was in Ohio. So in years past, I can't remember the first tournament I fished up there, 2023 or 2024. I can't remember when the first year I went to Hoover was. But anyway, when I have gone up there in times past, I try to stay in the Polaris. It's called the Polaris area. I don't know if Polaris is just what it's called, or if that's like the name of a town there in the Columbus, Westerville area, or a name of a suburb. Like, I don't know. But anyway, it's called the Polaris area. And there's a nice hotel called the Cambria, and it's right next to Cabela's. It's in a nice area, and it's a few minutes from the boat ramp. It's a perfect location. And so when I've gone up there in the past, I have stayed at the Cambria Hotel. And it's a really nice hotel for a cheap price, at least in years past. So when I've went up there before, it's been anywhere from like $70 to $100 for the night, which for as nice as the hotel is, like that's a really good price. I always left there thinking, man, I got a good value on this place. Well, when I'm getting ready to go up there this weekend, naturally I look at the Cambria first, like that's my number one choice, right? Because I've had a good experience there. Well, it's $230 a night. And I'm like, well, hell far, I ain't paying that, by God. They're like, it's a nice place, but it ain't that nice. I don't want to spend that just to sleep there for a few hours. So I looked around there on Expedia, and I come across the Wyndham. And it had some okay reviews. It's some bad ones too, but you know, a lot of reviews are, but anytime somebody has a bad experience, they're going to leave a review. The majority of people will never leave a review at all. And so there was enough good with the bad, and I'm like, I'll try it for the price. I'm just there one night, is what it is. So I book it. And it's the Wyndham. I mean, the Wyndham is like a big name in the hotel world, right? So I'm thinking it's going to be okay. The pictures online look good. So I'm on my way up through there on the interstate, and Brandon there, Fins and Talons YouTube channel, he messaged me and wanted to see if I wanted to get together for dinner when I got to town. And I was getting in late. We couldn't get together for dinner, but I was like, he was working there anyway. He's a cop up there, and we were going to try to schedule like around his lunch period there to get something to eat. But anyway, that wasn't going to work out because I was getting to town so late. But I was like, you know, if you want to swing by the hotel while you're waiting for some burglary or some crime to happen, you know, you're welcome to come waste taxpayers' dollars. I'll sit out there in the parking lot, talk with you, whatever. And I sent him the address to the hotel I was staying at. And I think maybe he thought I was kidding at first. Because he's like, dude, that's the ghetto, man. That's the hood. Like people are getting arrested at that hotel all the time. SWAT team's been in there. Like, you got to be kidding me. You know, and of course, you know, you can't trust the cops. I don't know if he's telling me the truth or if he's just trying to get in my head. So anyway, he couldn't come over anyway because apparently it was out of his county or jurisdiction or whatever. So I get to the hotel, and you turn down the road, and there's several hotels down this road. But I pull into the Wyndham parking lot, and I'm like, well, this don't look too bad. I mean, this is the parking lot. It looks okay. It looks decent. It's well lit. Some decent cars in the parking lot, you know. I'm like, this is okay. And Brandon's lied to me. And I go in the hotel and walk in the lobby there to check in, and I'm looking around. I'm like, well, this is nice. Like, this has been renovated and updated, and like, this looks good. Like, Brandon's lied to me. He's just yanking my chain. So I get my key card there for the room, and I start walking down the hall, and I make the turn by the elevator. And you make your way down your hall there toward your room, and that's when you start, the first thing you notice is, well, first off, you notice the dirty carpet. And then you notice the smell, like the stench of like, what's a good word? Just like homeless smell, like dirty people smell, B.O. You notice it right away as you're walking down the hall. I'm like, okay, maybe Brandon wasn't lying, but we'll see when I get in my room. I put the card on the door, I open up, and I'm like, yeah, this don't look anything like the pictures on Expedia. Like, this is a dump. Like, I mean, the walls are stained, the bed sheets are stained, it stinks in there, the carpet's nasty. I'm like, oh, I should have paid the extra. Our Shad head, that big head. Let's watch it go down. Has he got it? Has he got the whole thing or just the bait? I hope he's got the hook too and not just clamped onto the bait, because that's a, you saw it, I mean, that's a big head. He's got it though. Oh, he ain't gonna be very big either. It's another dink. He ate that big head. He's throwing it off the hook too. Dang, y'all, that was our big head and we wasted it on this dinkity-doo-dah blue. You could have at least left the head on there, sir. We could have used it. He said them dogs that's been barking told him to throw that head off, although I think they might have went in finally. I think Rover finally found something else to occupy his attention over there. There we go, got that hook out without bending it all to Hades. Yeah, another little eater. Let's send him on. Well, we'll bust out our shad again, that big one, and maybe put a body section of it on. We can get multiple baits out of this thing. I mean, this is a whopper of a shad, buddy. I don't get shad like this very often. They're obviously here. This wasn't, I mean, this ain't an anomaly. Like, this is, I don't know, maybe it is, because most of them I get are dollar bill size. But anyway, I stumbled into this, and so we're going to use it. Yeah, he's full of eggs. It's she, but full of eggs right there. Maybe that's why I ain't been doing worth the crap on the gizzards. Maybe it is spawning time for them. I mean, it's, I don't know shad enough. I don't know enough about them to know when they spawn, or, you know, for most of my catfishing career, or whatever you call it, you know, most of my catfishing time, I have used skipjack as my primary bait. It's a great bait. It's very bloody, very oily. They're a larger bait fish. I mean, it's been a very good bait for me, and it's the most popular bait in my area, certainly. Great catfish bait. Well, they've just gotten so hard to catch. I don't know what happened to them. Honestly, I don't. But the last 2 years now, skipjack have just been very hard to find consistently. Like, you just don't, you spend so much time going after them, and I'm like, it just ain't worthwhile anymore to try to go after skipjack. I spend so much time doing it, I'd be better off just getting shad and actually going catfishing. So I've been throwing the net a lot more the last couple years. But prior to that, I would just mostly use shad in the winter months, because it's a good cold water bait. It's better than skipjack in the cold water. But the rest of the year, I would just use skipjack because it was easy to get and works great. But now they're not easy to get anymore. And it's taken a lot of time, and there's been days where I go all daggone day, hit multiple launch sites, and just can't get any. And so then you're back at square one the next day. And like, meanwhile, you launch in any one of these creeks, you're gonna find some shad, especially when you're using the live scope. So it takes me so much less time to just get shad, which makes more time on the water for catfishing. So I've been using shad more, but I don't really know a lot about their spawning behavior as far as when they spawn, how many times a year they spawn, where do they go. I don't know. I'm completely ignorant. But it seems like there are certain time periods where places you were getting gizzards, you just don't get them. And we've been going through that lately, like places that I was nailing them, they're just gone, completely gone. Or you're getting one or two. Like today, you know, we got, what, two or three gizzards there amongst all them thread fins. I mean, thread fins are prevalent. Like, I mean, we can go out and get these thread fins, millions of them, 7 days a week. But the larger gizzards have eluded me. Anyhow, yeah, to finish up on the hotel story, so I stayed in the slums to just add insult to injury on this trip. Complete disaster from the start. I stayed in the slums. And I got up the next day. Thankfully, my kayak's still in the truck. Like, I didn't get nothing stolen. I didn't even shower in the hotel. It was that dirty. Like, I didn't even... It was like, I'm going to be dirtier getting out of the shower than when I got in. So, I was just... Yeah, but I'm leaving the hotel the next morning, and I see they have on-site security there. Like, they have... I guess the clientele's so rough, the hotel has its own Barney Fife security guard walking around, patrolling the place. I told Brandon, I was like, if being a cop for you don't work out, there's always a security job over here at the Wyndham. So yeah, if you're in the Columbus area, don't just assume that you see the name Wyndham on the side of a hotel that it's not going to be a slum, because it is. Normally, like most of the time when I'm traveling, I will look for a Comfort Inn, because it's not, I mean, a Comfort Inn, it's not a Ritz-Carlton. Like, it's not a luxury hotel, but it's also not a Motel 6 where Tom Bodette's got to leave the light on for you to keep all the roaches away. Like, it's a nice in-between. It's a decent hotel for a decent price. They usually have a nice breakfast buffet in the mornings. And so I normally look for a Comfort Inn. But in this case, having gone up there before, I knew the Cambria was a nice value, a great value for the price. It just wasn't this time. I wasn't going to spend, although the extra money might have been worth it to not potentially get bed bugs. But yeah, total disaster all the way around on this trip. Hopefully the next, whatever trip I go on next, hopefully will be better. But yeah, I normally like a good Comfort Inn. Another thing about the Comfort Inn, and I don't know why this is the case, but it seems like it's been that way at every Comfort Inn I've been to. Maybe it's just coincidence, but a lot of hotels, the parking lots will be individual spaces. Like, you'll have a line of parking spaces and then a concrete divider and then more spaces. So like and of course this trip when I went to Ohio, I took the Lynx. I was just hauling it in the back of the truck. I didn't need a trailer. But like when I have traveled with a kayak trailer in the past, it's nice to have a parking lot that you can pull through, right? Because sometimes if you go to one of these hotels and it's all individual spaces and the parking lot's full, well, then you got to park behind the hotel or on a side street. And then you're just setting yourself up to have stuff stolen, either out of the kayak or have the whole kayak stolen itself. So I like a well-lit parking lot with pull-through spaces. And the Comfort Inn, just for whatever reason, their parking lot designers, and all the ones I've been to, have that setup. Look at all this, folks. Let me take the camera here a second and show you. You got a big school of shad here, a few feet under us, some more midway down, and then more fish right there on bottom. I mean, there is a ton of bait working up and down through here. Like, oh, there goes our live shad. There he goes. Oh, is that another striper? That's another striper. That's another one. He's making a run. These stripers, boy, they run. I felt the head shakes too. Oh, we got another one. We've got another one, folks. Gosh, I may have to end up tightening down on him. I may have to tighten down on him or come off anchor one. Yeah, that's a striper, man. He's turned and come right back at us, and now he's going again. Thankfully, I got a lot of line on here. That's a BG 4000 size Daiwa reel. So I've got quite a bit of line. That 15-pound braid, you can pack a lot on there. Oh, he's out there on the surface. I don't want to come off anchor to go get him. I want to bring him to us. I want to stay right here on this ledge where we've run into all that bait. Boy, he made a run though, didn't he? My gosh, that was awesome. Live gizzard, suspended right off the bottom in 24 feet of water. Busted us one, busted us two now. Well, it was some big splashing when he come up to the surface over there. I'm curious to get a look at this thing. This is awesome, man. I gotta look, I can't remember if we got any more live gizzards in the tank or not. We've got some thread fins I threw in there. We'll definitely put on a live bait back on this. I just hope we've got another big gizzard. I've got that bait tank, it's only like 7 gallons. I've got the aerator on, but it's usually shad don't live very long in a small container like that, but I'm hoping some are still alive. How long have we been out here now? We've had several bites for the short time that we've been anchored down. Yeah, it's a stripe for sure. Rockfish, as some people call them. Stripe. Striper. Striped bass. Okay, let's get our net here. We definitely want to net this one. Don't take any chances with that light line. That may be another thing too, using this lighter line may improve our chances of catching. When I'm using the heavier gear for catfish, I'm using 80-pound leaders, and that can be a deterrent too, especially in clearer water. Yeah, we'll just spin him over here. I want y'all to net this fish for me now. Don't mess around with this one. We don't want to lose it. Oh, he's got that hook right in the side of the mouth too. Get him. Oh, nice, y'all. That's a big one, buddy. That one's bigger than the last one by a mile. Holy cow, look at that. Oh, buddy, that is a beast of a striper. Oh, man, y'all. I want to get a good picture with this with my other camera here, along with you all on this video we're filming, or the camera we're filming. I can't get my words out. Goodness gracious. Well, we had him hooked better than I thought. I saw the hook right there in the side. I'm like, oh no, we're gonna lose him, but there we go, man. Oh, y'all, this is awesome. Let me get a spun into the light. I mean, he is fat, or she, whatever the case is. I mean, this is a good fish right here. Let me just spin us into the light so I can get a good picture. And then I'll hold it up for you and we'll get rid of it real fast. These things, they don't do well when you hold them out of the water very long, so I don't want to waste much time. I want it to swim off healthy. Okay, come here now, come here. No, calm it down. Oh crap, forgot to turn the motor off. Okay, I'm all excited, y'all. Awesome. Oh man. Oh. Nice. Okay, let me set it back down. Let's switch out this camera for this camera, and y'all can get a look at it up here. Oh, buddy, check that out. That's a heavy fish. Nice, man. Oh, look at the mouth on that thing. Oh, buddy. That's one of my biggest stripers ever, honestly. Oh, what a battle. All right, I'm gonna torpedo it and we'll get it out of here. There it goes. Yes, y'all. Oh no, it's come back up. It's come back up. Dang. These things, man, they are a finicky fish. Sometimes, let me get the camera here in the chest. Sometimes if you hold them into the current, which we don't have any this morning, unfortunately. Let me get hold of him here. Here. Hold on, bear with me a second here, folks. I may just have to, let me bring him back in a second. Dang. Sometimes if you hold them into the current, golly bum, that's a big fish. And just let them rest, let them catch their breath as the current flows through their gills. Sometimes they'll start kind of biting your finger, and you'll know they're ready to swim off. They've caught their breath. We had a long fight with this one. But I want them to swim off healthy if possible. But a lot of them unfortunately die. You'll see them floating there below the dams when the guides are catching them and stuff. And they just, they're not a very hardy fish, especially in the warmer water. Cold water, they do okay. But in the warmer water temperatures you get in spring and summer, they just really have a hard time. It's keeping itself right side up, which is encouraging. Wish we had a little bit more flow. There is some, looks like some water movement. You can see stuff there on the water. I don't know if that's from actual current or just the wind blowing it downstream. That is a beast of a fish though, man. Yeah, I don't know if this one's gonna do okay or not, folks. We'll just sit here. Let me set you all right up here a second. I'm gonna get my other camera here. Let me set this out of the way too while I'm at it. Bear with me a second here, folks. We're trying to, let me try to, let me just get some action shots of that. Okay. Okay. Oh, now he's wanting to thrash a little bit. All right. I'm encouraged that it's at least holding itself right side up, but like I torpedoed him down and it came right back up, which is a little concerning. What a fish though, man. That is a impressive fish. I just really hope it don't end up croaking on us. I may try to torpedo him here again in a second. Sometimes just doing this right here, or if we weren't on anchor, we could pedal and kind of get some more water and oxygen flowing through its gills and stuff. But the torpedo method helps, like we did on the first one, just kind of almost throw them really head first down and kind of get them down a little bit and get that surge of water through their gills. That'll oftentimes get them going back down and able to swim off. Come on, big girl. All right, folks, I'm gonna try to, oh, nope, now she's wanting to, I went to try to pick her up out of the water to torpedo her, now she wants to kick a little bit. All right, let's torpedo it. Okay. Okay, buddy, down you go. Oh, there goes this rod. Here goes this rod. Oh, there it goes. I think she went back down. I don't see her coming up. Meanwhile, is it possible we threw this fish into this line? No, that couldn't have happened. I'm like, did we accidentally throw this fish into this line and it just start taking off? No way. But I don't see her. She didn't come back up. Oh no. Did we just break off? We just broke off. Boy, howdy, dadgummit. Okay, let's get situated here, folks. Let me just stand up. Y'all help me look around here. I think she went down and stayed down that time. When I went to pick her up, she was thrashing a little bit and biting my thumb, so hopefully she caught her breath and went back down. Good, I give you a fist pump one time. That was a pretty awesome fish. Let's get situated here, folks. We've still got some bait, like right there, 24 feet deep. Right there's some more bait. Let's, here's what I want to do. I want to get another live bait on this rod. Let me just check my leader here too on this since we broke off on the other one. Let me just, it's a little abraded, but right there it's got some abrasion. I don't want to retie, I want to get bait down there. This may come back to haunt us. I'm gonna go ahead and get another bait. Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got this one. We got this one right here. Check this out. We do have another big gizzard in there. We're gonna have to be careful though. We hook the next one. Just make sure my drag, let me loosen it a little bit since we got some abrasion there on that line. That may bite us, but I want to get another bait back down there quick, fast, and in a hurry. Post haste. Post haste, folks. Okay, there's our sinker on bottom, and raise him up. Now we got a retie. I can't believe we broke that off over there. What are the odds though? We throw that dang striper down, torpedo it, and this line over here immediately takes off. Let me do something with this camera, get it out the way. Thanks for bearing with me, y'all, while I was getting my pictures and all. You know, got to do the social media crap, and a big striper like that, like I want to get a good picture just for myself, my own personal wants. Now this camera I'm filming with here today, the DJI camera, it's good for video and it don't overheat, which is nice, like the GoPro. Well, that's my last pre-tied leader too, wasn't it? Boy, we're in trouble today, folks. We don't be losing no more or breaking any more off today. Goodness gracious, I'm gonna tie up some more tonight. was I saying? I'm so excited, y'all, I done broke my train of thought. Oh, well, the camera, yeah, but like the GoPro, if I tried to film with the GoPro out here continuously like we're doing today, it would overheat and shut off. But the DJI don't do that. But the GoPro, the video footage is way better. Like, you get way better quality video footage and picture footage. Like, if you just get screenshots from the video, it's way better with GoPro than DJI for some reason. But can't keep the GoPro running. So what do? So instead, situations like that, I bust out my GoPro, hold up the fish, get my pictures with it, get my thumbnails with it, use the DJI for actually filming. Do you want to... You know what I kind of want to do? Let's get one of these smaller thread fins. Oh, actually, you know what? We've got... Here's another one right here, folks. Here's another live one. Let's put a second one down there. I was going to get one of them small thread fins, but we still have this. Let's just put 2 live baits down. You want to do that? That may hurt us. Because the cut bait, I mean, we're catching the cats on the cut bait. But honestly, I mean, we've got some big stripers in this area. I'd kind of rather sit here and catch them. Honestly, right now, it's such a novelty to me. Not something I get all the time. I'd rather sit here and catch some more stripers if we can get them. Let's take a look here. What we got left going on? Them's our last gizzards we got on right now. But we do still have them thread fin alive. That tank, they don't do well. Shad don't do well in a small container like that, especially if you put a good number of them in. But for no longer we've been out here, and no more that we put in there, they've stayed alive long enough. And yeah, that was awesome, man. I guess that fish went back down. I haven't seen it come up out here. It immediately floated right back up, and I was like, oh no. But when it comes to stripers, like, there's 3 things I know to do in that situation. 1, the torpedo, get them back in the water as quickly as you can. And we spent a lot of time with that fish, from the lighter tackle rods, playing out the fight a little longer, and then me getting the picture and stuff. Like, I took too much time with that fish. That's on me. But if you can get them up quick and torpedo them down, they've got a chance. If you do, like I said, where we were kind of holding that fish beside the kayak, letting the current flow, and it would be better if we actually had some current, or some better current than what we have, although the water is moving. I think we do. Maybe they've kicked on a generator at the dam or something. We've got a little flow right now. And the kayak is facing this way like you would expect it to face if you had flow. But you can hold that fish into the current and let the water go through its gills, let it rest, and then it'll usually start biting your thumb and let you know it's ready to go, and then it'll swim off. And the other thing I know to do is, like, if you're not on anchor and you don't have flow, you can hold the fish and kind of by the side, and then pedal or motor, whatever you got with your kayak or boat, and just kind of pull it along and kind of create current, if you will, kind of create some water going through its gills, and then it'll oftentimes swim off. But for me, the torpedo method has worked the best, just shoving them down head first. That gets that flow of oxygen, that rush of oxygen through their gills, and it also gets them back down quick too, because sometimes these stripers, you cook them and they'll immediately come to the surface really fast. And so because they'll swim up so quick, they don't have time to decompress. and they'll have all that trapped gas in there, and that'll oftentimes prevent them from going back down. So if you can shove them down in the water and get them far enough down, even though they haven't been able to release those gases on the way up, they'll get down far enough that they can stay down and not float back, if that makes sense. But they can be I've killed a few throughout my fishing lifetime. I mean, I've done it. Everybody that's caught them has done it. Even the professionals, like the fishing guides, the guys that target them every day, man, you go down below the dams when they're making their run up there and all the guides are up there catching them, you'll see a bunch of striper floating where they've been caught and either played out too long or just couldn't go back down, and you'll see them floating. Now, stripers are apparently a good fish to eat, but we've got advisories up all around in here. I mean, I guarantee where we put in at today, there's probably a warning sign up telling people not to eat them because of the contamination. And one like that striper there, he's been in the water a while to get that big, man. That was a good size striper. That's one of my biggest of all time. I don't know that it was my biggest, because I've caught some that are big, but I mean, it's definitely a top 3, top 5 striper for me. I don't ever specifically target them. Well, I mean, I won't say ever, I've done it. But when it comes to striper fishing, most of the guides and the recreational fishermen who specifically targeted them, most of the time they're using live bait, either live skipjack or live shad. Fishing in a kayak, it is very difficult on both. Like, first off, I can't keep a skipjack alive at all for any length of time. Unless you're just planning on fishing with that live skipjack exactly where you caught it at, you can forget about it in a kayak, because they need a lot of water, and you can't keep them alive in a kayak. It ain't happening. Now, shad, a little bit different. We can keep a few alive, but we can't keep a bunch, and we can't keep them alive for long. So like if we had 2 or 3 shad in that tank, we could keep them alive for a few hours. If we had, say, 8 or 10 shad, enough for a full session, they're not going to stay alive but an hour or 2. So it's kind of, you're kind of limited on what you can do. Now, I have targeted stripers with artificials. I've got videos on my channel doing it. Back when I was staying up all night, I used to work night shift back when I had a regular job. And so I would, on my days off, I would try to keep a similar sleep schedule as the days I was working. And so I would fish a lot at night back then. And I would go and troll for striper at night using big swim baits and big plugs. And I caught a lot of striper doing that, especially in the summer months, man. The summer months, you get below the dams, man, you could have some really good productive nights just trolling big swim baits and big crankbaits and stuff. But I've gotten to a point in life now, I mean, I don't work a real job anymore to do this YouTube crap. I'm very fortunate from that aspect, and I've gotten away from the night shift lifestyle. I like sleeping at night. Most nights I'm in bed by 10 o'clock. In bed by 10 and up around 5. So it's not real conducive for me to go out at night anymore, because it messes. Not only you go out and you fish all night, at my age, it throws you off for a couple days trying to recuperate afterwards. And too, for YouTube purposes, I've had a lot of requests through the years for people wanting more of those nighttime striper videos and stuff. They seem to be popular with some people, but overall, my night videos just don't perform well. If it's known that the trip is filmed at night, then the video just don't get very many clicks. If I try to hide the fact it's a night video with like using a thumbnail taken during the day, the video will get clicks, but then the average watch time is terrible. Like people click on and like, oh, this is a night video, and then they click off. And I have two observations on that. First off, I think it's, for a casual viewer, a nighttime video just isn't as entertaining to watch because you don't have the background. Like you don't, like all you see in a night video is me, because I have that overhead light that I would put up, and you could see me, but you can't see anything else. And I think that maybe just from a visual perspective kind of takes away from things. The other thing about a night video is the people who either live local to me or people who travel to the area that I would be filming that particular trip, they maybe want to see exactly where you're fishing at, the exact spot. And you can't do that at night. Now I always show like, like today, I mean, I show you my graph here where I'm at, and there's a big school of bait. I'll show you where we're set up here on this ledge, how we're doing it. So I don't hide that kind of stuff, but you get people, the type of person who is going to watch a video and try to steal spots where a person's catching fish, they're usually not the type of people that can read a map, or else they wouldn't need to watch videos to try to get spots, right? Like they'd be able to open up a contour map and say, well, I should be able to fish here and have a reasonable chance of catching fish. But anyway, for nighttime video purposes, like the people who just want an entertaining video to watch, it's not visually appealing to them. And the people who are wanting to steal spots, they can't look at your background and figure out where you're at. So it ends up you either let people know in the title or thumbnail it's a night video and you don't get any clicks at all hardly, or you hide that until they click on it and then they immediately click off. So it's just, from a YouTube perspective, for me, it's just not worthwhile to film a night video anymore. I just don't have a great desire to do it for YouTube purposes, and then my own personal enjoyment. Like I would rather, it suits my lifestyle better to fish during the morning hours, especially this time of year. Once we get into now, I mean, when we're in the spring, you can get out here and not freeze to death first thing in the morning. I'll fish morning hours now through the fall till it gets cold again. Rover's back. I guess Rover went in for a little while and now he's back. Two Rovers. They're over here in the water too. Look at them over there. They're over there taking a swim. I do feel a little better about that, knowing that Rover's over here swimming. Because if the homeowner sent them out here to bark at me, then when they go back in, they're going to be sopping wet and muddy. So they can make a mess there in their house. But yeah, I think it's a productive thing to do for the stripers. Just get down there below the dams, troll big crankbaits, big swim baits at night. A lot of fun. I mean, very productive, a lot of fun. Stripers are fun fish. They're just tough for me to target in a kayak with live bait. It's pretty inconsistent for me with the cut bait. I mean, I've caught a bunch through the years anchor fishing with baits on bottom. Suspending cut bait, I've caught a few. Oh, we got thumped. That live shad is getting, something got him. Oh, something had him. I hope something didn't just kill him. He got thumped. And now he ain't moving at all. Let's check him. He either got ripped off the hook or he probably got killed. He's still on there and he's still wiggling. Okay, all right. Maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. He had the wind knocked out of his sails. All right, well, let's see if round 2 goes better than round 1 with him. There's definitely some striper in this area though, man. But yeah, I mean, if I had a way to keep some more shad alive. And the other thing too, like when it comes to bait, like normally what I like to do, especially for these early morning trips, like I want to be on the water and set up at sunrise. And so I like to have my bait, I like to get it before the trip. Like not the morning of, like have it like show up to the water to fish and already have bait. Because sometimes it can take a while to get bait. And like today, you know, I was already running late getting out here, and then we spent some time catching shad, so we got set up here later than I wanted to. Now, thankfully, it hasn't hurt us. We've still been able to catch some fish, but I would have liked to have been ready to go right at sunrise. Well, if you're wanting to fish with live baits, you got to keep them things alive at least overnight in that situation. Let's say I went out yesterday afternoon to get some bait to fish this morning. Well, you got to keep them alive overnight, which is tough to do in a small tank. And then what are you going to do with the tank? Like this 7 gallons here in this bait tank I got, like that's manageable. Because, I mean, water is like 8 pounds a gallon. So 7 gallons, that's 56 pounds plus however much the tank itself here weighs. So let's say 60 pounds. That's manageable. But if you've got a tank that's big enough to hold a reasonable number of shad and keep them alive and healthy for a day or two, let's say, you can't just be lifting that tank in and out of the kayak and in and out of your vehicle. Like that's too much weight to do that. I mean, a 20-gallon tank, that's 160 pounds of just water. Oh, here, oh. Something hit that same shad. Now I have to ask the question again. Did he kill him or did he rip him off the hook? I hate to reel him up, but we're not going to know otherwise. If he'd wiggle a little bit, then we'd know he's still on there, but I think he's had the wind knocked out of him again at the very least. If he didn't get ripped off, I think he got ripped off this time. Yeah, he gone. Okay, well, lost the gizzard. Let's get one of these red fins. Bear with me a second here, folks. We'll try to get hold of one. There we go. Let's see what a little thread fin will do for us. Maybe they'll want a small bait today. I wish you were a little bit more lively. Let's get another one. I'm not impressed with that one, folks. That one there ain't very lively. Here we go. This one's swimming around a little better. Get hold of the hook here. Goodness gracious. There we go. This one's a little bit more lively. Let's just go right between the eyes on him. Yeah, he's kicking a little better there. But yeah, look, if you wanted to keep, say, a 20-gallon tank, that's 160 pounds plus whatever your tank weighs. Like, it's not realistic for kayak fishing. So unless you want to go out and catch your bait the day of, which, I mean, it would be possible to do. I mean, like, it's doable, but boy, you're gonna have to get up a lot earlier than what I want to get up. I mean, I get up early anyway, but I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. and then have to go try to find bait in the dark and then hopefully keep it alive long enough to get wherever it is I'm going. Like, I just, you know, it ends up being more hassle than it's worth. Catfishing is easy because I can catch my bait a day or two in advance, keep it on ice. If I want to keep a few live baits, maybe things like bluegill or crappie or yellow bass, those are hardier baits, and I can keep them alive for longer, and I don't need as many of them because I'm going to be using mostly cut bait on the catfish trips. Like, I'll just occasionally work in a live bait usually. I don't go out with exclusively live baits like I would if I was specifically targeting stripers. I mean, I would use live baits. That would be kind of the staple, you know, if you will. That would be the go-to. So anyway, bottom line is I don't catch a lot of stripers. So when I do get on some, like this area here today, where there's clearly some in the area, I'd like to take advantage. So we'll probably work these live baits. It may hurt our catfish bite out here the rest of the morning because we were getting the catfish on the cut bait, but the cats we were getting were kind of small. I would rather catch the big striper than a small cat, certainly. I'd like to catch the flatheads, what I'd really like to catch. Maybe we'll have some luck with that with the live baits. Although I typically do better with cut bait on the flatheads too, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll kick back and relax here again. Hopefully Rover come out, took a swim, got muddy, went back in the house apparently. It's a damn shame we've caught these big stripers and nobody's gonna see it because everybody clicked off the video early on because of Rover. I don't blame them. Rover would get me to click off a video too. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than I normally do anyway. Normally when I'm doing an unedited, uncut video, I keep the camera rolling right from the start. But today I thought, I don't want to do that for today's video because I was launching in that creek. I was going to throw the net. And then I was going to have to make a run down here. I'm like, there's going to be a lot of time right in the beginning of the video where there's no real fishing action if I do that. So like I thought, I'm going to bust out the camera. I'll do a quick intro. We'll edit me like throwing the net a few times, getting the bait, and then pick up the video here. Once we're ready to anchor down, we'll start the video and roll unedited from that point. But it's a little bit different today. We'll try it out and see how it goes. A semi-uncut video. Some of you like this kind of video, some of you don't. I prefer it. I would rather sit out here and flap my gums all morning and then not have to edit when I get home, just be able to call it a day, versus sitting at a computer for an hour or two once I get home and knocking out a edited trip. You know, just personal preference. But ultimately, you, the audience, drive the bus. If people stop watching the unedited videos, the uncut videos, well then kind of forces my hand to go back to doing the edited ones. But for the most part, these unedited videos either get comparable or a larger number of views, and view for view, these are worth more. So not only does it take me less time and hassle by not having to edit, but they're also, it's not an apples to apples. Not all views are equal. If I do a 30-minute video edited, and let's say it gets 15-minute average watch time, 50% average watch time, and I do a 4-hour video and it gets an hour and a half of average watch time, well, you end up getting 6 times the amount of watch time on average per view on the long video as you do the shorter edited video. And YouTube puts them damn commercials in every few minutes on these things. So the longer video that's getting watched for, say, an hour and a half has a lot more commercials in it than a 30-minute video where people's watching for 15 minutes. And that equals more value to me. So it's less time it takes me behind a computer doing stuff I don't want to do, and it's worth more as long as I'm getting comparable views. Even if the edited videos get 2 or 3 times more views than the longer uncut videos, it's still not as valuable to me. For me, it's all about watch time. Like, a lot of the bad YouTubers focus on how many their subscriber number. They flex on I've got 20,000 subscribers, so I'm better than you because you only got 15,000 subscribers. That really doesn't matter when it comes to YouTube. Or this one over here is getting a little lively. He's running from something down there, ain't he? Something's after him. There's stuff down here, all kinds of bait. He's running from something. He's still lively down there. Something may have him, or else he's swimming a long ways with that sinker. I think something's picked him up. Yeah, he ain't taking that rod down like that. Oh, he's gone. I think that was a cat. I felt him rolling. Yeah, we're slimed up on our line there too. It was a cat. He got him too. Crap, man, that was our last live gizzard. Well, now here's the new question. Do we want to put on another live thread fin? Let me see just how big these are again in here. They're so small. I'll tell you what, let's do. We've got our live thread on this one. Let's take this gizzard shad here from yesterday and put on a head bait. You know I like me a good head bait. Let's try that. I want to run with the live baits for the stripers, but now that we're out of gizzards, I'd like to see if one of them thread fins are going to get eat first. If we end up catching another striper on the smaller thread fin, well, great. Then we'll put the other thread fin on. But with the man, I hate we lost both them damn gizzards. It's bad luck. Bad luck right there. We've had some good luck today, but that was bad luck. Okay. Let's get this back out of the way. But yeah, I was saying, YouTubers that don't know what they're doing, they focus on how many subscribers they get. They're trying to boost that number to make themselves look good. YouTubers that are trying to do it for a living are usually focusing on views. They're trying to get the maximum number of views. But what I found is watch time. Watch time is the most important. I'd rather have less views but more watch time because of, again, not all views are equal. So, and I just hate editing. Like, for some people, the editing, it's their art. Like, they're artists. I'm not an artist. I'm a fisherman. I'm just out here trying to catch some fish today, trying to bring you all with me on the trip. Like, there's nothing artistic about what I do. And because of that, because I'm not like trying to create this masterpiece on video, and like, I'm just not that into it. I was intrigued by it early on. Like, it was a hobby early on in my channel, but at some point the editing part just became a chore. And I've tried farming it out I've tried hiring a couple people in the past to do the editing for me, but it's hard to find good help at a reasonable wage. If you get somebody that's reliable and worth a damn, you're going to have to pay way too much for them. And if you try going and getting somebody like on Fiverr, or I don't even know if that site still exists, but it used to. I'd hired somebody off there one time. You get somebody that's maybe good at doing videos for weddings or, like filming some party or something like that, something that they can get some video footage and put some music in the background and just splice a bunch of clips together and show a wedding event type thing. But when it comes to my style of videos, where it's really more of an on-the-water vlog or an on-the-water podcast, it's harder for somebody that don't understand fishing. It's harder for them to put the video together in the same way. So, and you know me, I'm cheap. Like, I don't want to spend a lot of money hiring somebody that's worth a damn. So I'm like, I'll just do it myself. But it's very time consuming. If I do a video, let's say the finished product ends up being 45 minutes. Well, you've got however much time it takes you to edit it and trim it down to that. And then once it's over, once you're done, you've got to watch it to make sure that you've not left anything in that should have been taken out. So there's guaranteed 45 minutes of your time right there just watching it. So you're well over an hour. And then you've got to upload it, do all that process, thumbnail it, title it, and all that crap. Whereas these unedited videos, when I get home today, well, this one will take a little longer because I got to edit the cast net part there. But on a normal unedited video, I'll go home, put the SD card in the computer, have the file start transferring over while I eat lunch. I get done eating lunch, I'll go in, I'll trim the first few seconds where I turn the camera on and then like start talking. There's like a 1 or 2 seconds there. And then at the end, when I tell you all bye, from the time I stop talking to the time the camera cuts off 1 or 2 seconds, I'll trim that off, which I don't have to do, but I'll go ahead and trim it up on both ends. Save the file, which the file size is huge, so it takes a little while for the computer to save it. I'll go do other things. And, but that's it. Like my total time behind the computer, a couple minutes. Like it don't take me much time. And so that's part of the reason I really like this. Plus too, the other thing, it does a few things. One, it brings you on a real fishing trip. When the camera's rolling nonstop, for those of you that genuinely enjoy fishing, you get to come on a trip with me. Whatever happens, happens. Sometimes, man, things go great. Sometimes not so much. Sometimes weird stuff happens. But like you see it all. There's nothing cut out. Like it's true, authentic fishing. And the other thing, because of its being like that, and because of that format, it shoves it in the face of a lot of people who try to discredit me. Like I've had a lot of people, I won't say a lot, I've had a handful of people, other YouTubers that have really tried to tarnish my reputation by saying things or making accusations or allegations that like I'm splicing together multiple days into one trip to make it look like I'm better than I am, or I'm fishing sun up to sundown. You know, when I'm doing this, if we come out here and I was going to fish till about lunchtime today. If we catch 30 fish, which I don't think we're going to catch that many a day, but you just get my point. Like if we catch 30 fish, if I've got a video of 30 fish in it, somebody that's trying to discredit me, like, oh, well, he caught those over 2 or 3 days and made it look like it's one video. Well, their rug just gets pulled out from under them because you see it. I mean, it's uncut footage. You see whatever happens, happens. And that can be good or bad. Like if I have a good day, I can look like I'm competent. If I have a bad day and break off or get fish wrapped up in my anchor or drop something overboard. Or here goes our cut bait. Something hit it. Watch our line. Oh, I think he just got our bait. That was acting like a... How the hell did we break off up here? Well, that's a problem. Well, that's an odd place. I mean, he was rolling instantly. It was a small cat. He was rolling. I guess we had a weak spot in our line, and he just broke off. That little turd. The challenges are like that, man. Like that. You see it on one of these videos. Like, you see any nonsense that happens. I don't think I have leader line itself in my bag. I think I just had the pre-tied batteries, carp rig, sinkers. I don't think I have any more pre-tied leaders. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to make a knocker rig. And this is a rig I've used with success in years past. I wonder if I want to use a bigger hook with the knocker rig. I've got that 5/0 size shiner hook there too. I tell you what, I think I do. I think I want to use that. I think I want to use that bigger hook with the knocker rig specifically, since we're going to have that sinker right on top of the hook. Let's put that 5/0 on there. I like the number 1. I just dropped it. I like the number 1s for the Carolina rig. But for this knocker rig, I think we're going to be better served using the big one. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to cut our swivel off and tie the hook directly onto our main line. One of the perks of a knocker rig is it does keep your rigging very simple. We'll tie this. I'm just going to use a... Get your sinker out of there, folks. There we go. Now we're in business. I'm just going to use it. This is the knot I use most of the time, just clinch knot. Wrap it around a few times. Go back in the loop a couple times. It's a knot I have used with success for years. I'll use a no-knot snail on my bigger circle hooks, but for these, this right here's the knot I prefer. All right. Dang, I hate that we've broke off. Lord, what have you done here? We got the sinker. Lord, you done got the dang sinker through the line. We're in bad shape all of a sudden. The beauty of an unedited video, folks. You see every dumb thing I do here. Which way do I need to? Okay, I need to go back the other way. I made it worse instead of making it better, apparently. There we go. Now we're in business. But yeah, so this knocker rig, you've got your sinker right here above the hook. Now, you can use a bead. A lot of people would. I don't, because I use these Catfish Sumo sinkers and they've got the liner. That protects your knot and your line from the abrasion from the sinker itself. So not really needed with these sinkers, but we will have that sinker right on top of the hook. And I've used that rig. It's a bottom fishing rig, a bottom fishing rig in saltwater, mostly. I used it with great success several years ago suspend fishing like we're doing today. And got away from it, and we're gonna use it again right now though. All right, down it goes. We got the other piece of the shad. I hope our live thread fin over here gets some attention. We've got what? At least one, maybe two more baits we're going to get off of this shad. Although we're past, in any bait, when we're using it for cut bait, I like the head and the first part of the meat behind the head. So we're past the best part of that particular bait, but we will probably put that on next. And then after that, we'll go back to working in these smaller thread fins and just packing a few of them on a hook. That way we can take a small bait and make them bigger. I'm going to actually throw out some of these right here too. That's pieces of tails and pieces here in the floor that we've stepped on. I may actually chum the water a little bit too. Take these scissors here and cut them up. That way as they drift downstream, they'll be putting out some scent for us. We do seem to have a little current right now. It's nice to know they've kicked on a generator. That'll definitely should help our calls. Get our scent going downstream a little bit, at least with the cut bait. All right, well now we kick back again. Nice, y'all. Two big stripers, a few cats, a couple break-offs. I bent a hook all to hell on that small catfish. And light wire hooks, I'm not having issues with bending or breaking in a fish while we're fighting a fish, because my drag, as long as your drag's loose, the fish ain't going to bend or straighten out a hook. But when you are getting the hook out, especially if you've got to use pliers, like that fish that we messed that hook up on, it was like behind the jawbone, and it was at an odd angle. In that situation, you're going to mess up some hooks. Like I broke one recently in a small flathead. That was on video too. And honestly, thinking about it here, I've had more hooks get damaged in small fish than I have big fish. Because big fish, you can usually get to the hook easier. If we had caught a big blue in the same way that we got that small one where it wrapped around the jawbone, like the jawbone on the big fish would have been too big. It would have dug in, but it wouldn't have been able to get behind it. But I tell you though, I mean, having done this, really, I've spent a lot of time in the last year now with the lighter action gear, using lighter line, smaller hooks, and I'm having more fun, obviously. I hope it's obvious, because I am. I'm enjoying it a lot more with the lighter gear. I mean, take the stripers today. The runs, the fights, man, you feel the head shakes, like both of those big stripers. I could literally feel their head shakes with these rods, whereas when I'm using the heavier gear, you don't notice it as much because you're winching them in. The lighter gear, it's just more fun, but I've noticed, and especially like last summer, when I was fishing in my bigger kayak and using like 4 rods, and I got a couple light tackle rods and a couple heavy tackle rods, I was catching more fish on the lighter gear and also sometimes catching my biggest fish on the light gear. Even though I've got maybe bigger baits On the heavier gear, the smaller baits, and then it's like, okay, well, did they just want smaller baits that particular day? Or does it have something to do with the lighter line? And historically, I mean, culturally speaking, we always assumed, and we've always been told, that catfish aren't line shy, right? People catch them on trot lines, limb lines, jug lines. Recreational guys like me using rod and reel, we're using 80, 100-pound leaders oftentimes. Like, we're using big, thick lines and catching fish. And so because you're catching fish doing it, you just assume, like, well, they're not line shy or else we wouldn't be catching anything. But what if there are times when maybe they are? Or maybe it does make a difference. I don't know, but I've had enough trips where I've put them side by side and I've seen the difference. And I'm just catching more fish on the lighter gear. Now, it's not going to be practical in all situations. Tournament situations, do you really want to take a chance of losing a fish on 15-pound line? Probably not. If you're fishing really heavy flow, heavy current flow, you're probably not going to want to use a light tackle rod and light line because you're going to be fighting the current as much as you are the fish. You're going to have to winch the fish in, even once you get the fish up, like to get it to you in the heavier current, you're going to need that heavier line. So it's not practical in that aspect. If you're specifically trophy hunting, you're not going to want to use it. So I mean, it's not an across the board, one size fits all type thing. It has its place. But if I'm at a point now, if you give me the option, if I'm just going out a day like today where we're just fun fishing, I'm taking the light gear. I don't even have a desire to use the heavier stuff anymore, which is honestly bad for business for me, because I have my signature series rod from Catfish Sumo, the Gollywhopper rod. And at the time we made that rod, that's how I like to fish. Like, we made it for kayak fishing and had the extendable handle. So like, if I'm kayak fishing, it's got the short handle because I'm sitting down. It's more ergonomically friendly. If I go pull up on the bank and I'm bank fishing, it's got the extension handles to make it like a surf rod handle so you can cast longer distances easier. A lot of thought went into designing that rod to be exactly perfect how I fished at the time. But over the last year, I've gotten into this light tackle stuff so much that I'm more into getting this setup dialed in to get the perfect light tackle rod. And then I think I'll be set, because I'll have my heavy Gollywhopper rod for tournament fishing or situations where I'm really targeting big fish, and then have this for everything else. So I'm excited to get these rods finally dialed in. It's taken way longer than what I would hope or what I would want, but again, I want it to be right. And the owner of Catfish Sumo, Daniel, I mean, y'all have seen him in videos and stuff, like, he's the same way. Like, he would rather, the thing he's used with me a few times, and some of you all have probably heard this before. He says, and this is what Daniel told me when we were working on the Gollywhopper rod a few years ago. That's when I first heard it. But he's like, I'm going to give you 3 options. You can pick any 2 you want. You can have it fast, you can have it cheap, you can have it right. Pick 2. Pick 2 out of the 3. It's like, if you do it fast and you do it right, it ain't going to be cheap. If you do it fast and you do it cheap, it ain't going to be right. And if you do it cheap and you do it right, it ain't going to be fast. So it's like, if you want to get the rod done right and it be affordable for those of you out there that would want one, then it's going to take a little bit more time. And if we ramp it up to get things done quicker, that's going to drive the price up. And I don't want this to be an expensive rod. Like, I don't for me, because like for this light tackle fishing, I promise you right now, there is a rod. I mean, I was using the ugly sticks, those inshore rods. They're okay. They're a little bit more flimsy than I would like, but they're okay. They're functional. I've caught some big fish on them doing it. There's a lot of rods on the market that would probably be perfect for this application, but here's the thing. To figure out which one of those rods on the market is going to be best suit your needs for this application, you're probably not going to get it right the first time. You're going to have to buy a few of them. Well, if every one of them's 80 to 150 bucks, hell, you're going to spend a few $100s trying to figure out which rod best suits your needs. I mean, even those ugly stick inshore rods I'm using, again, they're a little bit more flimsy, especially on the tip, than what I would like. They're $90, $94, $99, whatever. I can't remember what I paid for them. But I mean, they're an expensive rod. Like, if we can get this dialed in, I mean, depending on how much longer it takes, more issues there are with the United States and other countries, the oil crisis. I mean, that's affecting everything, prices across the board, shipping and whatnot. So, I mean, like, you got to factor all that in. But I mean, the hope would be that this rod could come in significantly under the price of these other comparable rods, and it would be specifically suited for this application. Like, that's what we want. We want it done. We want it done right. We want the rod to be perfect for what we're doing here today, but we also want it to be a good value for people who choose to use this rod over other models on the market. And unfortunately, again, if we choose for it to be right and we choose for it to be cheap, it ain't fast. So that's kind of, every time I get frustrated with the process. Oh, nice takedown. Nice takedown. He slammed it, folks. Our knocker rig and the cut bait. Now, you fish, you went over there. I think he got in our other line. At least he didn't get in the anchor rope. I think he's in our other line, though. Maybe not. Yeah, he didn't get in it, thankfully. You went over there and tried, you old naughty devil, you old thing. I got my eye on you, fish. I'm watching you now. You old devil. Come over here. Let me get hold of you. Get that hook out. What you actually let me get hold of. There you go. Just another little eater size. Boy, the cats we've got today have been small. The stripers, on the other hand, have been significantly bigger. There he is. Got some mud on him. Yeah, that 5/0 size shiner hook done okay there. Let's get that bigger piece of shad. Let's get it now. Put it on. Put another sliver on there. Maybe cut it to where we can make sure we're getting 2 more baits out of it. Cut that fin off there too. But yeah, we're getting, I say we, I ain't really doing nothing but testing this stuff, y'all. I can't, I'm talking about it like it's a dang team effort. All I'm doing is just using these rods as they get built and testing them out and giving feedback of what I think they've got right and what I think they've gotten wrong and trying to dial it in. But the hope is to have a whole lot, because like they're working on some hooks too. I like this style of hook, the kind of a kale style of hook. Shiner hook's what they're called. But Catfish Sumo, I mean, they've got connections. They make hooks. They've got several different varieties, models of hooks that are all thicker wire, big, your typical, what you would think of as a typical catfish hook. And I don't want that for this. Like, I want a thinner wire hook. So that's in the process too. Hopefully we'll have those soon. We can start testing those out. But when this is all said and done, folks, like this is going to be it's hopefully going to be something that's worthwhile for Catfish City. It's worthwhile for me. I'm into it, and I hope other people get into it too, because otherwise it's going to be an expensive venture for Catfish Sumo. And sometimes it's hit or miss with me. Like, you know, the owner is a good friend of mine, and so when I get excited about things, I can, whether it's intentional or unintentional, I can have some influence over him and products and stuff. So some things that I have suggested have worked out well, like the Golly Whopper rod, my signature series rod with the adjustable handle. Like that solved a problem. Like we needed a rod with a short handle. All of the catfish rods on the market have these really long butt ends, and it's just not conducive to sitting down fighting fish. Like those rods are made for people standing on the bank or standing in the boat, not for sitting down, because your arm is extended. When you put that butt end in your belly and you're fighting a fish, your arm is out like this, so you're working your shoulder up and down as you're reeling in a fish. It's not ergonomic. You want to have your elbow tucked in and be using like a bicep curl. You're going to wear out less quickly doing that, right? So you need a short butt end. But if you need to cast, if you're, say you're bank fishing today and you need to cast, having a short butt end, it's hard to do that. You need some longer distance on the butt ends. You can get some leverage, make longer distance cast. So we needed a rod that could be everything. Needed both. So we ended up making it adjustable, or have an extension handle, so you can have a short handle in a kayak, have a medium length if you're in a boat, and a long handle if you're on the bank. And that rod, it was a home run for Catfish Sumo. We've sold a bunch of them, and I can't tell you how many we sold. I'd probably get in trouble. I don't think I'm supposed to share that, but it's been a lot. It was very worthwhile for them to spend the time and money creating that rod. That was an investment that paid off, okay? The stinger flies, Dewey, and I need to reach out to Dewey too. I haven't talked to him in forever. He had some health problems. I used to see him out on the water all the time. And he had some health problems and he had to stop fishing, and I need to reach out and just check on him, see how he's doing. I'm a terrible friend. I never check on anybody. I need to get better at that. But anyway, he had hand-tied some flies and given me there a few years ago, and I started using those, and I was having great success with it. And it was one of them situations like, well, we need more flies, and the only other options are like the saltwater teaser things. And some of those are expensive. They're either expensive or they're cheap and poor quality. Like we need something in between. Like we need something that's good quality, that's an affordable price. So again, Catfish Sumo stepped up. They made them stinger flies, and great. Those were a home run. They've sold a gazillion packs of them. There's been some other stuff though. There's been some other stuff that I got excited about and talked them into spending a little money on in the developmental process that didn't really pan out. One of those things, well, when I first got the live scope and I was going out there in the winter there and catching those catfish on the jigs, I was super into it. I was into it, man. I'm like, this is going to be the next big thing. We're going to be catching catfish on artificials all the time. I'm going to get this technique dialed in. But like, I gotta have me some jigs. I need some jigs with some better quality hooks. I can put some cut bait on there if I want to, or still be small enough that I don't, so I'm explaining all this today, and he's like, I got you. So he comes out with these jigs for me using the live scope. And then I realized, well, that winter bite that I was on when them fish were up in the water column, like that was just in the winter time. I wasn't able to replicate it anymore, and I lost interest in it. But meanwhile, Catfish Sumo has put that money into those jigs and getting a big supply of those jigs, thinking that I'm going to be using them on video and having a lot of success with them, and they're going to get a lot of sales from that. And then I just don't do it. And so they're out all that money. And they still, listen, they've sold some, they still sell some, but like it's not, it wasn't a good investment for them. Let's just say that. And then there was another dumb idea. So you know how the algorithm on these social media platforms, like they try to target you specifically. Like if you interact with a video, the algorithm's gonna be like, oh, well, you watched this video a little longer than you did the others, you must be interested in this. And so you start seeing more of whatever it is that you're watching, right? Well, the algorithm knows, my social media algorithms know that I like very good looking women with very few clothes on my social media. So, and they know I like fishing. So I started seeing these videos of these hot women. I guess they're overseas somewhere, I don't know. They're foreign women, but they were good looking, wearing very little clothes. And they would be out there with these long, essentially a tenkara rod, but like these rods, bamboo rods, whatever, they'd be 15, 20 foot long with fishing line tied to the end of them, no reel, just a long pole with a line tied, and they would sit there and just yank up these giant fish. And I'm like, boy, that looks fun. And so I'd got that. And speaking of looking fun, look, there's some more of that bait, man. Just stacked right off the bottom right there. You know, it looked really fun. And I had gotten that tenkara rod a few years ago. I only filmed one video with it. And I ain't used that thing in well over a year, maybe longer. But I got into that tenkara rod, and I started watching tenkara videos, which for those of you who may not know what that is, it's a fly fishing rod with no reel. It's most of these tenkara rods today, they can be adjustable lengths because they'll collapse down into just a small, basically into the handle, and then you pull them out and you can set them at like 9 foot, 10 foot, 11 foot, 12 foot, whatever length you want. And you tie a string to the end of it, tie your line to the end of it, and it works like a fly rod with just no reel. And so I got into watching those videos, and I got one. I was using it in ponds, catching some bluegill, and it was fun. And I start seeing these very good-looking women, very scantily clad, and they've got heavier duty versions of what's basically a tenkara rod, and they're catching carp or catfish and just pulling them up. I'm like, man, that looks fun. So I'm like, Daniel, check out the videos of these hot chicks reeling in these fish with no reels. Like, we need a catfish version of a tenkara rod. Something that we can tie about 15 feet of line on and basically do like we're doing today, suspend a bait. Hold on, our live shad. Something's got him, something had him, something dropped him. He didn't swim that far out with that sinker, not that little shad. Something got after him, and did he get the shad? Rover's back. Let me just reel up. I think he might have got our bait. If not, maybe he killed him. He got chewed up a little bit. Definitely killed him. Let's put on another live one. Dadgummit. Can't be killing our live baits now. Okay, let's get this one. This one's still good and lively right here. Save that energy. Shad, we're going to need you to do that down there. All right, there he goes, about a 2.5, 3-inch thread fin. Let's see what it'll do for us. I wish we had some more big gizzards. Y'all should have brought some bait. So anyhow, back to the story. So I sell Daniel on making me a catfish size Tenkara rod. And would you believe I've never even used the damn thing? Yeah, I got it. And I was supposed to be testing it out, and I got behind on getting videos, so I didn't really have time to go out and play with it. And then the excitement I had, I just lost interest. I stopped watching the videos, so therefore I stopped being shown the videos on social media. And now, once again, Catfish Sumo has put money into a product that I was super excited about that they ultimately didn't even produce and sell, but they still put the money in to develop it, but never like mass produced it, if you will. So me and recommending products has very hit or miss. It's very hit or miss with me. But I was fishing with Daniel the other day on our carp trip, and I was like, I don't know. I told Daniel, I was like, I don't know if there's really any interest in the light tackle catfishing. I don't know if the rods are going to sell at all, but I'm into it. Like this isn't a fad with me. Like this isn't one of those things like the Tenkara where I'm super excited about for a couple weeks and then I lose interest. Like this has been going on. I've been into it several months now. I'm more and more excited about it all the time. Like, this ain't going away. Like, this is going to be something at least I'm going to be doing. And what I've noticed through the years of doing this YouTube crap for a while. Oh, dadgummit, now we got a human over here behind us too. I guess that's the dog's owner. Maybe he'll at least get him to shut up. What I've noticed, though, doing this a while is when I'm doing something or using a product that I'm enjoying, it's going to sell. Like I can look at my like an easy way to track that is through the affiliate links, like down in my video description. I can see what products sell, how many clicks those things get, and how many get sold. So like things like gulp minnows, for instance. I've used gulp minnows in a lot of videos, had a lot of fun, caught a lot of fish with them, sold bukus of them through the links. And that's just through the links. That's not counting what people have bought just going to Walmart or Bass Pro while they're out doing their normal shopping. The carp feeders, the method feeders there, tons of them. Of course, the rods, gollywhopper rods, man, so like if I'm using something on video regularly and having a good experience with it, it typically sells. And so I think over the course of time, even if there's not a lot of people that's interested in the light tackle catfishing now, oh, our shad, he got eaten. Oh no, and he come off too. And he's gone, he got our bait, I feel him. No, he didn't, but he's killed him. Boy, they're just down there murdering our shad. You tell them that's not cool. You tell them we ain't got a lot here. Let's see what we got left in here. This one here looks lively. Let me get him. I missed him. Bear with me, folks. Got him. There we go. This one's good and lively here. Just go right between the eyes on that one. Yeah, he's real lively. Go conjure something up there, Threadfin. I think we got 2 or 3 more in the tank there. He took it down. He just didn't hook up for some reason. But it's like, We need to reel one in for this fellow over here on the bank watching us too. At least he's got Rover to shut up. Maybe Rover's more comfortable with his owner being out there. But, you know, I think over time, even if people aren't into this now, as more people see me using this and having fun with it and enjoying using it, then they'll just sell naturally. I don't know how many, but I hope it's worthwhile. I hope it's worthwhile for Catfish Sumo, because they've put you know, a lot of time into this thus far, plus hooks and line and everything that's coming down the pipeline. Like it's going to be an expensive venture for them, and I hope it ends up being worthwhile. But that, you know, that's the nice thing about working with Catfish Sumo, and the thing I've always appreciated is we've got our cut bait now getting hit. Give it a little tap and a tug there. Hopefully he'll come back. May have been another small one. But the thing I've always appreciated about working with Catfish Sumo is, you know, a lot of companies, they just want you to be a salesman. They want you to be like Billy Mays, Sham Wow infomercial guy. Super high energy, go out and sell this product with this discount code and this link and blah, blah, blah. And that's just not me. I don't want to be a salesman. I'm a fisherman. I like coming out here and catching fish. I don't want to have to come out here and sell you stuff. I've done it at times, like I've done little one-off things, Manscaped, Bravo Sierra, some electric bike companies. I took a lot of bikes, you know, because I love getting the electric bikes. So I've done some of that stuff, but you know, I don't want to have to come on here and make a sales pitch to you. I don't want to have to get on social media and make X number of posts a week hashtagging something. Like, that's just not me. It's not my personality. It's not what I want to do. And I'm not talking crap about the people who do that kind of thing. Like, some people are just natural salesmen. I'm not. But the thing I've always appreciated about Catfish Sumo and working with them is there has never been a time, and I've been working with them, what, six years now, I guess? I think 6 years now, been like working with them. I've never one time been asked in that 6-year period to be somebody different than I am. Like the owner there, and again, I'm friends with him, but like, him and I are friends, but then there's the business partnership too. Like, you know, there's Justin and Daniel, the friendship, and then there's Catfish Sumo and Kayak Catfish business deal, right? So like, if it was something that needed to be done or had to be done, I would do it, because that's, from a business perspective, and vice versa. If they needed it done, then Catfish Sumo would ask me to do it. But like, they get it, man. The people at like Daniel and like, they get it. They understand that it's better off for me to just be me and just let people see naturally that I'm having a good experience with whatever products it is I'm using that particular day, than for me to go out and try to be a salesman and come across as fake, because it would be fake. Like, I'm not a salesman. Like, if I tried to be that, it would probably look very fake or inauthentic, because it would be. And it's better to just let me be me and just get the clicks and the sales just organically. And so I've always appreciated that they don't make me be something I'm not. And it's been proven, I mean, time and time again, when I use something and I have the data to back it up, I mean, all those links, they're all trackable. Every time you click a link down the video description, like, it's not only does it track you and your move, it tracks it for me too. So like, I know if I go out and film a video, ultralight video, using gulp minnows, I can see like, okay, this video got X number of views. The link in the video description got this number of clicks from those views, and this number of clicks got this number of sales. Like it's all trackable. And I never, I go out there if I'm using Gulp minnows, like I'm catching fish, I'm having fun with it, but I'm not trying to sell you on them. Same thing with like the carp feeders and stuff. Like I go out there, I use them, I catch fish. I'm not trying to sell you on them, but they sell. And it's the same way with other stuff. And they get that there without being one of these companies that wants me to make 27 posts this week with a certain hashtag and mention some, like I have a Catfish Sumo discount code, if I get my words out. It's in the video description. I don't think I've mentioned it on video before now in, hell, 2 or 3 years probably. Most companies would fire me for that, right? Because they want you mentioning it in every video. But I don't have to do that, because stuff's going to sell on its own just based on people seeing me having a good experience with it. And honestly, like just from my own personal viewing, and maybe it's because I'm in this world, like I see people being salesmen and I can spot it right away. I'm like, oh, you're trying to hawk this product today. I get it. So maybe it's more obvious to me than maybe what it is to the average consumer. Although with as much as we're being targeted with ads these days, I would assume most people who are on social media any length of time probably know that if an influencer or a TikToker or a YouTuber is pitching a product to you with some discount code, they're probably getting compensation for it. Like they're not just doing it organically. There's a motivation behind it, right? I think most people are probably pretty aware of that at this point. But I mean, I just don't think that's the right way to go about it. I just don't. Oh, we got one now. We got one now on the cut bait. On that sliver of the big shad. On the next iteration here of the light tackle rod. I just got to catch more fish with this thing. Just feel how they feel. This one's supposed to be slightly lighter than the one on the left because it's still too heavy in action. We don't want to go too light, but we also don't want to go too heavy. Oh, he's in my other line. That's a little bit bigger blue than what we've been getting today. Fun sizer at least. Oh good, he come out of my other line. He's give us the bait back too. Nice. Come here, fishy. Why don't you swim up here and get in that net? Well, we just popped him free. Nope, we just broke off. Dadgummit, he got right there in the net. I felt the hook hang in the net and he popped it. Boy, we're having a time today. We're having a time today with our gear. This is the most break-offs I've had on any of these light tackle trips in the last year. Seriously, I mean, you all have seen them. Like, we've never had this many break-offs. Well, fortunately, we're out of the pre-tied rigs, but I do have, apparently I've got a magnet stuck right there. I need to, I'm going to get rid of that damn magnet. Let me throw that out there and put that in my trash pile. Let's get him. I think that was my last, that was my last 5/0 size hook. So we are going to go with the smaller hook. Let me get that. Now let's get a sinker. Set that out of the way right there a second. There's the sinkers. I got them in a little plastic baggie too here. Crap-o, I felt that thing. I went for the net, and I felt that thing get caught there in the net. He just broke that knot, broke the knot. I actually see the knot right there. He broke it. Right there at the knot. We'll tie another one on here. That's all we can do. So again, that Catfish Sumo sinker, I'm plugging them a lot today all of a sudden to not be a salesman, but it's got that green liner there, little insert, and that's a big help on protecting your knot. Although, well, that wasn't the sinker's fault right there, but oftentimes you will get some wear and tear on your knot and your line if you just got a regular sinker that don't have that liner. So you'll usually in that situation you want to put a bead or something there that's going to act in the same manner as that liner inside the sinker. Now the knocker rig setup here, I would feel better about it if we had mono or fluoro on versus the braid. This braid don't have very much abrasion resistance anyway. So that may be part of our malfunction today, but what do we want to do? Do we want to use that other big sliver, or do we want to try, you know what? Let's put on a few of these thread fins down here. Let's just work some of these in. I'm going to get some that's been down in the pedal drive a little bit. That way they're still wet. Some of these top ones here are going to dry out a little bit in the sun as it comes up here and warm it up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, let's put a few of these back on. We'll just run these through, snip the tails off. I've caught some really good fish stacking multiple thread fins on a hook. It ain't ideal. I mean, I would prefer to have a larger gizzard shad to make the same size bait without having to go through the hassle of doing this. But this does work. If you have thread fins, you can make it work. So there they are. Yeah, that fellow over there, he's just pulled up a damn lawn chair and watching us. He said he ain't gonna wait for the video to come out. He'll just watch it live right out here in his backyard. It'd be a nice area to have a yard over here on the river, though. Probably ain't as nice this time period in life because all the construction going on the other side of the river. Not as peaceful. Although I ain't heard no bulldozers and stuff today. Just the damn dog. That's all we've had to listen to today. But anyway, just to wrap it up there on the sales pitch and stuff. Like, I just don't like being a salesman. I don't want to be a salesman. I've proven time and time again I don't need to be a salesman. Like, just me using gear on video is going to get some sales on its own. So anyway, I hope whenever the finished product is available on these rods, I hope it works out for them, because I know they've put so much time and money into this project already. I hope it's worthwhile for them. And again, my track record, it's about 50-50. Some things have been home runs and some things have been strikeouts. I'm trying to get better about tempering my excitement on things until I know for sure it's going to be long lasting. The Tenkara thing could have been avoided if I'd maybe just pumped the brakes and waited another month to reach out. Same thing with the jigs for live scope. Like, that could have been avoided if I just maybe pumped the brakes on the excitement and waited to make sure that it was going to be something that was going to do long term. But with this, I mean, I've been into this now for a solid year now. And we've gotten to the point with it now, like this is what you're seeing in most of my videos outside of like tournament days. This is what I'm doing. So I'm into it, and I've stayed into it, and I'm more excited about it all the time. So I think this has got some staying power with me. Hopefully other people get into it too. I'm hoping some people will try it out. Not just from the standpoint of being able to sell these rods when they come out. I mean, I hope some of them sell enough to make it worth their while. But it's making the big fish more fun, and it's making the small fish funner. And that shad over there, he had a couple little surges there, like he was maybe getting after him, but he thought better of it. But I hope people will give it a shot, whether it's with this gear or just, I mean, take out a bass rod or something comparable that you probably already have and go try it out. Because, I mean, unless you're just catching trophy fish all the time, you're going to have way more fun on the lighter gear with the smaller fish. And then when you do hook a bigger fish, it's going to be a longer fight. It's going to be more fun. Like us catching them stripers earlier, man, you're feeling every head shake. It's a better fishing experience, unless you've hooked that monster fish the once in a lifetime and then you've broke it off or something. Like that'll be a kick to the gonads when it happens, and it'll happen with us. We'll probably hook a giant at some point and break it off because of our line or hooks or something. But it's just a more enjoyable fishing experience with this gear. Not that fishing with the heavier gear isn't enjoyable. I had a lot of fun with that too. But this is way more fun to me. So anyway, y'all gonna be seeing a lot more of this. This fellow over here on the bank that's watching, he's gonna be seeing more of it too. And I actually think he might be. I mean, he's sitting in a chair over there now. He may have been out there all along this morning, because I think there's a tent in the yard. He may have been out there camping. He may have been watching the whole show today. Didn't even know it. At least the dogs have shut up, though, with him being out there. At least they've shut up. I need to blow my nose, y'all, but I ain't going to subject you to it. Pollen season is still full force. You can see it on the water. You know, usually in the spring we get a bunch of rain and it helps knock it down some. Oh, our shiner's getting lively again. Our shad, The shad on the shiner hook, you know what I mean. But we've just had such a little rain, pollen's just been everywhere for way longer than normal. And my allergies have been, I'm on the Flonase every day, but boy, it's hard to combat this much pollen. Hell, I bet just breathing this stuff in, I bet we eat a few pounds of pollen per year. Because, I can't remember what the statistics are, but there's so every year we eat so many pounds of dirt or so many hairs and things like that just in our normal. Oh, fish. Got one on them thread fins. Y'all wave to the feller on the bank over here. Give him a show while we reel this one in. He ain't gonna be worth reeling in though, is he? Just a tiny little thing. Even on the light tackle rod, a fish this small ain't gonna take it over very much. This thing here probably don't even weigh a pound. He liked him them shad, though, didn't he? He said he needed all 3 of them, or all 4 of them there that was on that hook. Fish, if you'd open up, we'd done have that hook out. Be cooperative, fish. Help me to help you. There you go. Yeah, little old thing. Just a tiny one right there. Let's get some more that we got down in here. Down in the pedal drive. That will still be wet and not dried out. We've got our others there in that bag from yesterday too. I'd kept some of those thread fins, but they're a little bit older. These are at least fresher. I don't know that it makes a huge difference, but I like my bait to be as fresh as possible. And we'll just put a few of them on here. Maybe put about 4 of them on. Snip the tails. What is that? Oh, that's I got these scissors here on a cord so I don't lose them. I was hearing the rattling. I thought it was the other rod over there. Okay, let's send that back down. Shad on the knocker rig. The wind's starting to pick up now. It's got us blown sideways. Ain't enough current to offset the wind at the present time. I think that fella's walking back up toward the house over there now. He's give up. He said, hell, if that guy can't catch a fish bigger than that catfish he just reeled in, I ain't going to watch him. Looks like he's a tent or something over there by that tree, though. I wonder if he wasn't just sleeping out last night or something. Looks like he's headed toward the house, though. Maybe he's going to take him dogs in with him. Yeah, we done bored that poor guy to death. He said he didn't come out here to watch tiny old blue cats get caught. He come out here to watch a big striper. Well, we ain't caught none of them in a minute. Them striper we got sure was fun, though. Boy, that was exciting. Those would have been exciting regardless of the gear. I mean, even on the heavy gear, the stripers fight they're so powerful, especially the size of the ones we got. They would have been fun no matter what. But on the lighter gear, you can. I feel like the lighter gear, you feel the head shakes more. Like even on the catfish, like when they're rolling, you feel the rolling more with the lighter gear. I don't know. I've just been enjoying it more. I've still got to get some stuff dialed in as far as my tackle. And I mean, like today's been, I won't say it's been frustrating. We've had a good day out here, but we've had more break-offs today than in any trip prior. And it's not like we're breaking off on big fish. Like, we've just had some mishaps today. And maybe it's just an odd day. I don't know. But either way, we've had to retie more today than on any other light tackle catfishing trip. So I'm hoping to not have days in the future where we have a lot of that kind of crap. I'll get us some more rigs tied up though today, and we'll be ready to go for the next trip. Probably going to be a few there shouldn't be any disruption to the videos here for you all, but as far as disruption to me fishing, tomorrow is supposed to be some storm. We're actually supposed to get some rain here tomorrow, believe it or not. And it's supposed to storm. And then that's going to last through the following morning, which will probably knock me out. And then the wind is supposed to be up for a couple of days. So I may not get to fish again for 2 to 3 more days. So, yeah. We've at least made the most of today, though. And again, I wanted to go further south today as our shad's either getting lively or something's getting after it. Something's got him. That shad ain't bending the rod tip like that. Is something, yeah, we've got one. We've got one on that shad. I think it's about as big as the shad, though. He can't even take any line. Another tiny one. But yeah, I'll get us some leaders tied up today, and oh, that's a channel cat too. Oh, channel britches here. We didn't want to see any of these today. Quit all that thrashing around now. Oh, I just broke my, see, dadgummit, I just broke the line. I should have netted him. That's a problem with the lighter line. You're gonna, dadgummit. All right, well, I guess we're doing 2 knocker rigs. Dadgummit, man, we've had some tackle. That one right there was my fault. I should have netted him. He was thrashing around and acting a fool. And you just can't do that with the light line. You can't try to lift them in like that. So that was on me. All right, let's get us another hook tied on here. Got it in my mouth, that's why I sound funny. And we'll put another line, we'll put a live bait on the knocker rig and see how it does. I was hoping we could bust another striper. But with them thread fins being so small and the 2 stripers we got both eating the bigger gizzards that we had, I don't know. Plus, it's getting later in the morning now, too. The sun's getting higher. The water, I mean, it's got a little tinge to it from the pollen, but it's pretty clear. I mean, like, we've got some visibility in it. Let me get one of these. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to get this live bait out the... Okay, there we go. There, I got him. We got him. Having that liner in the thing helps. Whoever come up with that idea, pretty daggone brilliant if you ask me. They need to be compensated well for their efforts. Because that was a pretty smart move. I'll show you. You've probably seen it there earlier, but like this tank here, it's got this removable liner, mesh liner. So when you're trying to get a hold of a live bait and you can't get a hold of him, well, he was the last one because this other one here's dead. Throw him there in the floor. I'm gonna turn this tank off, or my aerator. Oh, there he goes too, just like that. He wasn't down there long. Live bait on the knocker rig. He got gobbled right up, didn't he? Yes, sir. It's another small, though. Another eater size. He's a blue cat, at least. Let's just go ahead and play it safe on this one. Go ahead and net him. Got the net here. Might as well use it. Yeah, old kitty. All right, sir. Can I have the hook back, please? Thank you. Thank you, you old sandwich-sized kitty. Get on there now. Okay. That wasn't down there long. Let me make sure my Okay, it's off. I was making sure my aerator was off. No sense running the battery on that thing if they ain't got no bait in there. Do we want to put, we've got the thread fins on the other one. Let's get out that other piece of the shad. We'll take one last sliver here of this bigger shad that we had and see if we can bust something on it. All right. I'm just gonna run the hook through the belly, I guess. Well, maybe go on this side. Let's do it this way. There we go. Okay, let's send that down. Down it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows except we do. We know where it's going to be, 24 feet down. Actually, about 22 feet down by the time we get it set. All right. Everything else in here, you can see it's pretty small shad, about the same size as we got earlier. Is what it is. We made the most of what we had, though. I've told you a bunch of times on these videos, man, when it comes to bait, you got to take what the river's going to give you. And some days, man, you skipjack fishing, you get a cooler full. Or you throw in a net, you get a bunch of big gizzards, one throw. Easy peasy. Other times, it can be a struggle. It can be a grind to catch anything. You just got to roll with what you can get and try to make it work. And if you can put your baits where the fish are or where they're going to be working through, you're going to have a chance. And, you know, we're fortunate coming out here today. I was coming down here to fish this river bend, but on the way, I've got the graph on, and I just started seeing all of these fish. So I'm like, well, let's just set here at the top of this bend and see if we get fish that are actively working up through here. And just, I mean, I don't know why the bait, I mean, we've seen bait, maybe it's just the schools of bait coming in. There's nothing on here really right now. But we've seen a lot of bait come up through here today. Are they actively on the move, or is there something kind of here holding them? I mean, there's nothing real special about this area. Like, there's nothing, to my knowledge anyway, there's nothing down there like an object, like a sunken tree or, you know, rock pile, or nothing. To my knowledge, there's nothing there like that. We're just right here at the top of this bend. It makes like a, it's a pretty long bend down through here, but that other creek coming in. And so this area that we're at, it's between the creek we launched in and the creek down below us. So it makes sense there would be some fish kind of in between, maybe working in and out of either one of those creeks. But I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that was a buffalo right there. He come up right beside us. I saw him. I was looking that way when he come up. Big buffalo. I'd like to hook into him. But yeah, man, I mean, like when it comes to bait though, like I would have loved to come out to, well, I mean, if I'd had a cooler full of skipjack, we wouldn't even be fishing here. So maybe it's a good thing we didn't. We wouldn't have got them stripers. But coming out here today, struggling on bait yesterday, getting them 2 gizzards and some thread fins. We come out this morning, throw the net a few more times, get, I don't know, what did we get, 3 or 4 more gizzards and more thread fins. Like it's been kind of a struggle to get larger gizzards or you know, anything of substance. And you just got to roll with what you got. And we've come out here today. We took them smaller gizzards. We turned them into 2 big stripers. We've took some of these smaller thread fins and our other shad that we had, and we've turned it into some cats. We haven't got any big cats today, but I mean, we've gotten something. Like we've turned lemons into lemonade, if you will. And that's what you got to do, man. That's what you got to do with catfishing. Like, you've got to have bait until such a time that people smarter than me get the live scope techniques dialed in. We can all learn from them. And maybe we can use artificials then. But in the meantime, we're going to have live or cut bait. And you just got to roll with what you can get, whatever you got. Like you just got to make it work. And we've done a good job with that today, I feel like. I'm going home. I mean, we could have gotten one of those stripers. I'd be going home happy. To have gotten both of them, like that's pretty awesome. And then getting some other cats too, like I'm happy with how today's gone. It's been a good day. Been a real good day. Been a better day if we'd had Rover go somewhere else first thing this morning. I hope he didn't get everybody to tune out of the video before the fish hit. I may have to take the striper, one of the runs or something, and put that on the very beginning of the video to let people know something big is coming. You know what I mean? Like, let them know something big is going down. Stay tuned. I can't remember how far we were into the trip when the first striper hit. I don't think it was very far into it, but I can't remember. It's been so long ago now. Normally, though, when I'm on and again, I wanted to be really set up and fishing before we even actually got in the kayak this morning, but you oftentimes get I call it a window, where it's like fish turn on, they feed heavily for a short period of time around sunrise. And it might be 15 minutes today, maybe an hour tomorrow, but you get a window where it's like you're just getting a lot of action sometimes, and then it tapers off through the morning. And usually by the time you get to the point of the day we are now, I don't know where we're at now, 10:50 here, looks like. Usually by this point in time, the bite's kind of petered out. Like I'm normally, not every day, but like normally if I'm doing a morning trip, I'm off the water 11-ish, by 11. When it gets hotter in the summer, hell, I might be off the water by 10, but it gets daylight earlier then too. But I like to do 4 to 5 hours in the mornings. Try to take advantage of that window if there is one that particular day, and then call it a day. Go home, get the video stuff, whatever I filmed, get it done, have some lunch. I will admit I partake in an afternoon nap occasionally, a little siesta, if you will. That oftentimes suits my schedule. And then by the time my wife gets off work, I'm done, and I can hang out with her and try to be a good husband the rest of the evening. And that's a full day for me, and I like it. I like it that way. It suits my, like I talked about a few years ago when I still had a regular job and I'd be working night shift or something. When I'd come home, I wouldn't keep my exact same sleep schedule, because I would work as a nurse. I'd do like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., let's say. I did a travel nurse contract, so sometimes I would do a day shift contract occasionally. Sometimes there would be like an 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. or a 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. type thing. But like night shift, if I was 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., when I would be off and home, I would usually stay up most of the night, but try to go to bed while it was still dark. So like I might go to sleep at 4 or 5 in the morning. That way you can kind of fall asleep a little easier with it still being dark, but you're still kind of on the night shift sleep schedule. That way your body, I never liked my body going through, because like I would work a block schedule. I would do 6 days on, 8 days off. And I didn't want to have to flip-flop my circadian rhythm every other week. So I would just try to adjust it to where I could go to sleep while it was still dark, but sleep through the morning and kind of keep myself on that same schedule. But now that I'm not doing a real job anymore, thank God, I can just do what's natural to me. And so for me, I like being in bed by about 10. And my wife does too, because she gets up and goes to Pilates class before she goes to work. And so she normally gets up, some days she gets up at 5 and some days 5:30, depending. I think that her class, it's at different times on different days. But she'll get up and go to that, and so it just kind of suits both of our lifestyles. We go to bed around 10, we get up early, she goes to work. I guess technically I go to work, go fishing if the weather allows, get my computer stuff done for the videos, run any errands I need to run, and then we've got our evenings together. It really works out. It just kind of suits the lifestyle, and that's my goal in life. And I think it's a life. Anytime that you can wake up when you want to, when it's your body's natural time to get up, and you think to yourself, what do I want to do today? What's going to make me the happiest? And then go do it. That's a day well spent, man. And the more days you can have like that in life, that better your life's going to be. And that's hard to do when you're doing a job you hate and pulling 12-hour shifts and stuff. Because, I mean, back when I was doing my travel nurse gig, I'd leave, depending on how far I was away from where I was working. Like, there were some jobs, might be 4 or 5 hours from home. Let's say I was working a night shift. I would leave middle of the day, show up there at work all night, then sleep and do that my 6-day stretch. And then when I would get off work on my last shift, I would drive back home. And usually then, I mean, doing that many days in a row, and of course you never sleep as good when you're traveling as you do when you're at home in your own bed, I would usually be exhausted, and it would take me a day or two to kind of recuperate. So you're doing a job you hate for way too long hours, and your sleep cycle gets all messed up. So you know, when I was doing a real job, like, I just didn't have as many days to where I could do what I wanted to do and be happy. And so now life is a lot better for me, and that's what I would encourage anybody out there listening to this is try to get your affairs in order. We're being marketed to, like we talked about on social media, man, these ads, these social media companies, man, they're targeting us specifically with exactly what they know will trigger us into buying and spending. And oftentimes it's crap we don't need, or things maybe we don't even want. We're just buying them to impress somebody or keep up with the Joneses. And those things take the money away from what it should be buying, which is your freedom. And I think our government does this intentionally, conspiracy theory, put your tinfoil hat on here, but like, if they can keep us broke and in debt, they can control us. And when you don't have debt, you can have a little bit more freedom. You know, when you own your home and your vehicle, and you just got your monthly expenses, your electric bill, food bill, etc., like, it's still a lot of money going on, especially nowadays with food prices being so high and fuel prices being so high. But like, it's still a lot less than when you're carrying a mortgage and car payments and student loans and all that crap. Like, when you can get all of that off of you and live below your means, it really opens up a lot of freedom. And that freedom, man, it's going to allow you more time for you to figure out what truly makes you happy. What do you really enjoy doing? It's going to allow you to find that, and it's going to allow you the time to pursue that when you figure it out. And that's what we should be sold on. That's what social media should be selling us, is freedom, but it's not. It tries to take our freedom by keeping us indebted, by selling us these things, these objects that, sure, they might bring you happiness in the moment, but how many things have you bought in your life that, and I'm not even talking about, let's not even talk about expensive things, but like a $50 item, a $100 item. I'm not talking about like some expensive luxury thing that you've really had to work and save up for, something you really want to buy. I'm just talking about your typical, I mean, what's the average price of stuff that they're selling you on social media? $29.99, $49.99. Those things add up very quickly over time. And you get that thing and you think like, oh, this is going to be great. I wanted this. And you spend your hard-earned money on it. How long does that little dopamine hit, that little rush of excitement you get from getting it? And once it arrives, you open the package there at your house. How long does that excitement and happiness last? A few seconds? Not long. But meanwhile, when you do that all the time, and social media, I mean, every time you get on, they're hitting you with something. They're listening in to your conversations to figure out what is it that we can serve you with that you're going to be likely to spend money on. And, you know, you go down that cycle of buying crap you don't need and don't want. What is it the financial gurus say? Like, don't buy crap you don't need to impress people you don't like. I mean, we're all guilty of that at some point or another. And every penny you spend on crap that you don't want or need, it takes away from your freedom. And I'm not saying don't buy anything. I mean, I can't say don't buy anything. I mean, look at me. I look at my wrestling figure collection, y'all. Do you want to see my wrestling figure collection? I'll gladly show you. But, I mean, I buy crap like that, and it does bring me joy. It brings me happiness. I like finding them in the store. I like opening them up. I like displaying them on my shelf there in the office. Like, I enjoy that. That does bring me some happiness. But I wouldn't be buying them. I didn't buy that kind of crap when I was in debt back in the day. I wasn't buying it then. But now I've got a little cushion and whatnot, then it's okay. But you don't want stuff like that to cut into your freedom, is the point I'm getting at. And when you're indebted to a bank and you've got you owe on a note, man. You got a mortgage payment, you got a car payment, you got a student loan payment. Like you've got this hanging over your head. Like, then you have to go to work. And what oftentimes happens, and I've seen this with a lot of people, you get a job, you're doing that job, and you've been at it long enough. You hate it. You hate the job. You would like to pursue something else, another career path, another field of work, but you can't because you get stuck. You're making enough money at whatever your present job is that you can't just instantly replace that income by switching to a different career field. Like, you're going to have to take a pay cut, maybe a short-term pay cut. Like, maybe you might make more money in the long run in some other career field. But in the short term, when you're first starting out, you're first learning apprenticeship of some kind or internship, or maybe go back to school to get some kind of specialized skill or trade, you're going to take a hit in the short term, right? Well, what oftentimes happens, I've heard something over here. Sounded like somebody was casting a fishing line, but I don't see it. I see the dogs running. Anyway, but what oftentimes happens is you get that job that you hate, and you're making a little bit more money there than what you could switching to a career field. Maybe you'd like a little more, but you're trapped by your lifestyle. You've got the mortgage, you've got the car notes, you've got the student loan payments. And you can't afford to take a pay cut, even temporarily, to go to pursue something that might make you happier in the long run, or might be more profitable for you in the long run if the whatever job you're interested in might have a higher top out salary or whatever, right? And so you just get trapped. You get trapped by your lifestyle. I've been there. I've done that. It's miserable. I had the American dream once upon a time, man. I had the house, the truck, the boat, the motorcycle. I had it all. And I had to work every hour I possibly could to make minimum payments. I was trapped, and I hated it. I was miserable. I had everything. I had all those fancy things that was supposed to make me happy, living the American dream, and I was miserable. And I've seen that happen with so many people. So many people I know are like that. And it's unfortunate, you know, and I've seen both. I've lived both sides of it. I've lived being in debt and having to work my ass off to make minimum payments. And I've been on the other side of it now, where I have my freedom. I will take freedom 7 days a week. I would rather have less stuff and more time to do what I want than having a bigger house or a fancier vehicle or a bunch of expensive toys that I probably wouldn't use very much. So, and that's just me. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm not. You do you. If you want the big lake house and the Mercedes Benz and all that, by God, go get it. You live once, at least that we know about. You do whatever you think's best in your life. I'm not telling you how to make your own decisions. All I can do is speak from my experience and speak from experience of just knowing other people and seeing them how I was and just seeing them not be happy. And you got to be happy, man. Try to be as happy as much as you can. I mean, I get morbid in every one of these videos, but we only get so many trips around the sun. Like, you don't want to waste any time. It's like the tournament this weekend. I went to Ohio. Wasted. Total wasted trip, man. I was pissed off. Quit the tournament, left early, and it's like, what a waste that was. Not just from the financial aspect, but that's a day of my life gone over just something petty and stupid. You know? I just don't want to waste days. Don't have enough days left to waste them. And maybe that's my age showing. Maybe because I'm in that midlife stage here. Technically, I guess I'm past midlife. The average person lives to be 78 or so, and I'm 44 now, so I mean, we're past the halfway mark for me. Hopefully with technology, if the AI don't kill us with Terminator robots, maybe we'll live a little longer. I'm certainly going to try to live as long as I can, as healthily as I can, but you never know. Hell, I could get killed in a car wreck on the way home today. You don't know. You don't know what's coming. So, if today's my last day, though, we had a damn good morning out here. I don't care what kind of problems you got in life. When you're hooked into a big fish and your drag's peeling, you ain't thinking about your problems. You ain't thinking about that debt you got to pay or that chore at home you got to do that you don't want to do. You ain't thinking about none of that. You just think about reeling in that big fish. It's great. I recommend it to anybody. That's why fishing's so good, man. You're outdoors, you're in nature, and you get an escape from whatever it is you need to escape from. And I'm fortunate, I don't have really anything I need to escape from now. But it's I love getting out on the water first thing in the morning. Have that sun touch your skin right as it pops up over the horizon, man. There's something about that. I love it. Oh, where them damn dogs went. They've been in and out all day. Them dogs are living their best life, I'll tell you that. I couldn't live on Daphne the dog, man. She would be a muddy mess all day, every day if we lived on the lake. Of course, I wouldn't see it because I'd have to be working a real job to pay for it. We had on damn lake house or something. Oh hell, folks, we're down. My battery pack's dead. We're down to 9% here on the camera. Hell, I think my microphone battery's dead too. Well, folks, I guess we're going to be wrapping this crap up because we're about out of battery, and I hope when the microphone died, I hope we have audio on the video. Like, I hope it just didn't go on mute when the microphone died. I didn't know the microphone is what it is. Hopefully you can hear this right now. This video may be abruptly ending at some point when the microphone cut off. But anyhow, I guess since we're about out of battery, I'm going to fish a little while longer. But we'll just go ahead and wrap up the video portion of my day here, and I'll probably give it another 30 minutes or so. Our bite's definitely slacked off. Maybe it's because of our bait. Maybe it's because time of day. I don't know. But it's definitely slacked off. So anyway, y'all, thank you for coming with me, though. Heck of a time catching them big stripers. We don't do it often. But boy, when we do, it's fun every time. So thanks for being a part of it. I'll see you next time.